Which, by the way, thank you guys for taking the time away from SGDQ for joining us here tonight. That's going to be fun. And here we go!
As well, pay attention, because this game is going to be run at SGDQ at the second to final race before Poexel does Chrono Trigger. It'll be Andy and Ivan on co-op.
That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that run. But let's now focus on our 4 runners here on stream. All 4 of our runners are going to be heading down. It looks like Ozzy's running a custom skin there.
Yeah, Ozzy's been doing a lot of fun sprites in both sides of the game lately.
Indeed. Oh, using the girl from Secret of the Mountain. Nice. And we've got just a big 20 in the in Lake Hylia Island, so not going to be seeing much of that. Let's see what we got in Link's chest. Just a bloopy.
First pack of power bombs in the Sanctuary, so we're going to be able to blow blocks up once we get a morph ball.
Yep. Bit of a slow start here. Oh, we got our map check there. I saw 2 crystals at Eastern and Tower of Hera. I did not see what the third one was.
Asher gets a bunch of arrows from his tree pole. We got Hitaka starting Houlihan. Looks like the only one of the 3 to start that.
300 rupees in Uncle's treasure chest. Let's see what the uncle himself's got. Kane O'Brien.
That's my favorite Kane. That's a great early weapon. They'll be able to take down some regular enemies and bosses with that once they have magic.
Indeed, we're going to get an early lumberjack check. Just a big 20 up there. Probably not going to be seeing that picked up tonight.
As Chad is pointing out, all of our pendants are in the Dark World, so that's going to maybe shorten the seed a little bit, depending if we need to go to those pendant dungeons or not.
And it's a randomizer, and in a hard mode, even though it doesn't really affect Link of the Past, it's a randomizer. Always check pendant dungeons. All right, so we're getting our first look at the Lost Woods here on Ossie's side. He's heading over to the mushroom spot, finds Magic Mirror. And a super pack in the Forest Thieves hideout.
Mirror is one of those great items to get early. Playing certain parts of the game, especially the early Dark World, without it, you leave behind a ton of stuff, and some of your checks get a lot slower. So I really like Mirror.
It's also going to make dungeons a lot faster, because if you need to exit out, you can just mirror out and save you a lot of time. Oh, we got Power Glove in the race game.
Okay, so an early check for 3 treasures in the back of Escape has opened up. And once we get a lantern, we'll be able to go up to Tower of Hera.
Indeed. Let's see what we have here in the library. Just 10 arrow upgrade. Not going to be seeing that. But we're also getting our first run into Kakariko Village. And now things are going to get chaotic really quickly here. Both of our top runners, Aussie and Naz, are going to be heading straight to the shop. Get a missile pack from the bottle vendor. And big 20 from the back of the tavern.
Yep, Ozzy came into town without bombs, so he's going to use this convenient little bomb shop right here, pay 50 for a pack of 10.
You need those bombs early on. We've got several key locations here that require at least a bomb, both the well and Blind's Hut. You definitely do not want to leave those behind. There's been key items in those locations. But first, Ozzy's going to step over to the Chicken Shack.
Yes, unfortunately, no matter how hard you throw a chicken at that wall, it will not break it, so you need a bomb.
Nope. Big 20 in said Chicken Shack. Now, right now, we're looking for, early on, the thing you want to look for the most, aside from a weapon, are the 2 orbs, the Moon Pearl and the Morph Ball. So we're going to be looking for those early on. The sooner we can get that Morph Ball, especially, the faster we can get to Super Metroid, because that opens up pretty much everything. Silver arrows in the well!
That's a nice one not to have to hunt down. Not only is it great for Ganon, it speeds up a lot of the other bosses as well.
Absolutely. Bloopy, E-Tank, and a 5-bomb upgrade.
Yeah, the well and Blind's Basement, neither of them had much, and that's between... I guess Silver Arrows is the best thing we got, but it's not progressive.
Yeah. I missed what was in blind side, but we're about to see real quick what we got besides what we saw in the back.
Oh, you know what? People are going in from different directions here. We actually have both of our gloves already.
Oh, both glove upgrade early Titans. So all we're missing is a Moon Pearl, and we've got early Dark World access. This could be very interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to see them go in, have to do Thieves Town on 3 hearts.
That'd be fun.
Artificial hard link to the past seed.
All right, so let's see. Looks like Aussie's going to make his first play over to the back of Escape, and it looks like Asder's going to be right on his heels. So they've got a somewhat of an early lead here. It's not a significant one, and it can change very quickly as this race goes on, and we're just counting early. But let's see what we have here in the back of Escape. Aussie, one of my own first one to get there. We've got Heart Container, the map, and a key. So only one item in the back of Escape.
Ooh, Ozzy and Asher just steps apart from each other, making their South Shore visits.
Yeah, it is almost in sync with those two right now. Heading out into the South Shore. Gonna be stopping by the well. We've got 2 items there, and then the mini Moldorm Cave. Though they need a weapon. Even the Cane of Brian won't be that helpful, but it will be enough. Let's see. We got big 20 start things off.
The magic bars are really empty right now, so they won't be able to use much of it.
No, they're probably got to rely on bomb strats. So nice use of the magic mirror to glitch through those blocks. It's going to save them a lot of time. They can do everything in one trip, which is very useful. Oh, cross product checking the old man at the bar. And a bloomerang.
Oh, bloomerang's helpful. That'll keep the crabs off you.
Yeah, and those crabs can be very dangerous. And it does stun the mini Moldorms, making them a little more accessible. Oh, Hitaka heading up to Death Mountain early. Gonna sequence break here.
Ooh, Asher's getting bomb refunds from these mini Moldorm kills.
That's gonna make it a little easier, but he doesn't need them because he gets through pretty quickly. Let's see what's in there. 5 items in here. We have 300 rupees. There's our Zora money. Heart piece. 300 more rupees. A no tank and Spazer.
So as Chad is pointing out, one of the popular cuts recently among some of the better runners has been Racing Game, and you just like wait to use Mirror on it when you do Digging Game later. However, if Mitts are a Dark World access, that could come back to bite Ozzy and Ejder.
Yeah, that's very true. Of course, we can't see where Hitaka is specifically, but we know he's inside the Death Mountain Cave, heading up to the old man. Oh, Ozzy takes a death.
Uncharacteristic there from Ozzy. So someone you usually expect a pretty high standard of execution from, but that's going to cut Ice Rod Cave out of his route.
Yeah, he's probably not going to be doing that. Let's see what the old man gives us upstairs. Just a missile pack. The Ice Rod Cave. Well, looks like that won't be a big loss for Aussie. Just a big 20 there.
Shoutouts to Hitaka making it up the mountain without anything to guide him in the dark. I think he might have used a little bit of magic on a cane or something like that, but that would have been his only option.
Yeah, but he's making an early run into Upper NorFair. He's only going to be able to get... He won't be able to get much, but he's going to check what's downstairs. And super power bomb pack. Oh, it looks like Aussie's doing the same thing. He's also heading up Death Mountain.
Oh,
Flipper.
Well, no, out of logic flippers until we get Lantern. But either way, that opens up an extra 5 or so checks, 4 or 5.
Yeah, quite a few, including Zora, which definitely is going to help because they'll have the money once they get all the normal checks. Meanwhile, Asger now heading over to Eastern Palace area. He's going to be checking the Sir Hassela's closet and seeing what he's got to hide.
The The glove already gave us access to Zora, but now with flippers, the runners will have an incentive to go do all of those at once because you won't be able to be locked out of any.
Oh, we got Flute in Sahasala.
And now you can flute to 2 to get to Zora even faster.
Yeah, that's going to be very helpful. I did not see what was in Spectacle Rock. Okay, here we go. Map check here. Green pendant at Lost Woods, or Skull Woods. Red pendant at Thieves Town.
And I saw pendant, the other Rock, and other 5/6 crystal was at Mire.
Okay, so we are all set there. Oh, and I have a lot going on. Screw attack on Spectacle Rock.
And Hataka's making this really slow play into Hera, which is basement locked, so he's going to be right out. So for anybody that finds a lamp, that will not only lead them up towards Death Mountain, but also let them know that Screw Attack is in logic, because if we don't find Morph Ball, but we do find Lamp, we might be taking that Screw Attack into Super Metroid to try and break some blocks.
Indeed. All right, got a small. There's the Aussie finding the small key in Tower Hero, which means he can't go any further because that's a basement run. Found triple bombs there for Azure and Easter.
I'm being corrected by chat. The flute from Sahasrara gives us Death Mountain access without the lamp. That's a great point. So actually, Screw Attack should probably be read as progression, especially since it also required the mirror.
Yep, that is indeed in logic as at this point. Problem is, nobody else knows it yet except for Azure, though Cross Product is about to discover this. Aussie's going to take those flippers that, or no, yeah, he got the flippers because he went to NorFair, so he's got to take those flippers and do his early runs there.
This might be a fake flipper. You'll be able to see if he pops up on land.
No, he went to NorFair. Cool. I saw him go earlier, so he grabbed the flippers.
Great. They hadn't popped up on the tracker yet.
Yeah. Let's see what the Bobo's got for us. Just a heart piece.
Azure making the last checks that we need to make here before really making any serious decisions about Super Metroid, because there's what, 4 items between Front Escape and Dark Cross?
Yeah, and since Dark Cross is out of logic, you know, unless there's a temptation to go there, he's probably not going to, especially since he doesn't really have a weapon to use right. Oh, Cross Product activating his flute. Been a while since I got to say this, but let's see. Wait for it. Ladies and gentlemen, the goose is loose!
So Azure is damaged down, probably intentionally, because I'm thinking he's going to Death Warp and come back to the front to do Dark Cross.
Why would he do that if he's got the mirror?
That's a great question. Maybe he accidentally went down to 1 heart?
Yeah. Kind of a...
You also... It might
I
just
think
be
that was a
reflex. Sometimes you go into the
force a habit.
Preset habits and don't remember that you've got certain items.
Yeah, I'd call it force a habit. But he's going to check Zelda's treasure chest here. Meanwhile, Crosspod having at a Gina's cave. We're going to see 2 items at the same time here. 300 rupees and a super missile pack. Neither of which helpful.
We're getting a ton of cash for that Zora trip.
Yeah, the Zora, it's telling you to go to Zora. Like, it's like outright screaming at you. Fairy Cave not having anything. E-Tank and a heart piece.
All right, Azure did neither the mirror or the Death Warp. He just noped out. He's going to activate his flute, probably take that up Death Mountain.
Indeed. All right, now it's time to see. We got green. We got some Mountain Dew sitting up there on Zora's ledge. So I'll be picking that up later. Yeah, that might be helpful. But now it's time to see is what do we got for Zora today? Life lesson, love lesson, or worth as we rise for the Link to the Past national anthem. And Zora's got...
It's nearly a refund. It's 3/5.
Practically, yeah. Life lesson there. But he is going to pick up that bottle because we need a bottle right now.
And the nice thing about having flute is that you can just quickly get back to Kakariko to check that.
Actually, I don't think Aussie has the flute. He never went to Shahasala's closet.
Well, he looks like he might be on his way right now.
Nope. I think he's heading... No, he's going to... Where's he going? He's going to the shop real quick.
A lot of refills on bombs early with no other good weapons yet available.
No, unfortunately. We still don't have Dark World access yet either. By the way, did anyone in the chat see what happened? What was on Desert Ledge? Because I know, no, I think it was Cross or somebody checked that earlier.
I gotta say, there's some good intuition happening in chat here, because we got Mitt's flute, and even though we don't have Moon Pearl, we can mirror. Yeah, there we go. Asher's making the play down to the southwest corner of the map. There's a bunch of stuff down here.
Got to check out the Myers Shed, which you can do Super Bunny. It's tricky. It's not as easy to do as the actual Super Bunny cave, but it can be done if you know what you're doing. So this might be an interesting play.
So it's like a frame, like first frame when you're walking back in.
It's a very tricky play to make, but Azure's a good player. If anyone can pull it off, you'll know when you've done it when you get the error sound going in with the using the mirror, because it won't let you use it. Oh, I think. Yep, he got it. What's in here? Hook shot and a missile pack.
All right, so our hook shot's behind the Moon Pearl. And we got in logic checkerboard caves, possibly 1 to 2 items in desert, and we have in logic with 1 E-tank, the screw attack item, because we have the screw attack ability right now.
Yeah, I don't think Azure went up to Death Mountain, so he does not have screw attack, so he won't be able to check that. But let's see what's in checkerboard cave. That is in logic, and it's just an E-tank.
I'm really loving this early progression. Like, I've never seen a seed play out this way in normal or hard. But if there's something on the screw attack pedestal, that would be fantastic.
Oh, and he can also check what's on the desert ledge and just get it if it's something good, which he's going to do. So we can actually see what's up here. Maybe even dip it early into desert just to see. Just 100 rupees. So we're going to get our first look into Desert Palace. And going to check the torch right off the bat to see what's there.
And
it's a small key, so we... Oh, yeah. Bottle check. What do we got? Just a big 20. But we are boots locked in desert because the small key is on the torch. There's the big key, though. Looks like he's going to warp back and he's just going to run right to the big chest.
Wait. Where's he going?
Maybe
he's gonna steal a key. He wants to clear out all No, he's changing his mind again?
I think he's kind of confused him. He's not sure what he wants to do. Part of him wants to steal a key, but part of him is worried that might come back to haunt him if he doesn't know where the boots are.
Yeah, if he steals the key, he won't be able to just go straight to the back and finish the dungeon later if he's trying to skip boots.
Yeah, if boots end up not being necessary, that might be a waste of time, and that can throw him way off. It's a gamble, that's for sure. It is a gamble.
The key position does guarantee that boots will be outside of GT, but we have no idea where that place is.
Yeah, but as of right now, no items found in desert because all he found were dungeon items. So unfortunately, that is a bust.
Gosh,
Not
I
a
want to
big
see
one,
that
though. It's
screw
not
attack statue.
So at this point, it's pretty safe to assume that our progression is probably in Super Metroid because we've checked pretty much everything in Link to the Past. The only other thing we can do, at least the only thing Azure can do right now is possibly go to East Death Mountain, but that's out of logic. So yeah, in logic, our progression's in Super Metroid, which means we only have a few spots we can check.
All right, looks like he's going to do that. This is still a solid... Oh, no, he's going to save the old man first and then maybe think about doing that. It's still a solid play if he makes it, just because it's 8 items, and you just keep the logic in your head, like, okay, I'm behind the Moon Pearl, what does this mean?
Yeah. To be fair, when if you've already broken the logic like this is one of those times where breaking the logic might work out in your favor. With that hook shot, yeah, who knows, if he gets a lot of good items early, that could really speed up his run. But at the same time, if it ends up being a bust, that could throw him way off.
The worst thing would be like Moon Pearl being really deep in the seed and Hookshot being sort of a go mode item, and then like you just totally get thrown off by Hookshot leading to something that's not progressive at all.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Cross has begun his trek into Super Metroid. He's going to check out Gauntlet first. Now, I believe, let me just double check. Nope, Gauntlet is in logic because this is hard.
Oh, but grabbed by the yapping maw.
Oh, thankfully it doesn't do much damage. I don't think it did any damage actually, and it pulls you. That one pulls you up, so you're staying out of the acid, which works out.
Maybe he's doing it on purpose.
I didn't think. Yeah, that's clever actually. Grab the one, let the ones above grab you, so you can stay out of the acid longer. Not a bad idea. Let's see how it pays off for him. What's our first item in Gauntlet? Ouch, just a bloopy, and he's gonna reset. We got a Ice Beam in Ice Beam in Paradox Cave lower.
So if there's a Moon Pearl, say there's a Moon Pearl like shortly into Super Metroid, Cross Product grabs it, and that was supposed to lead to Hookshot to Ice Beam, and then it's like Ice Beam up Red Tower for progression.
Interesting. Though looks like that's the only thing we're finding in the Paradox Cave. So not much progression, but you certainly won't turn down an easy Ice Beam there.
I'm hearing that the darkness has brought a bow to us from chat. The Dark Cross.
Oh my! And I did not see what was in Old Mother Brain.
Got Azure as a bunny checking out Super Bunny Cave.
Ah. Okay. Just an arrow upgrade in Old Mother Brain. Thank you. Link Force. All right, what's at Morph Ball? Just a Super Missile Pack.
Yeah, he'll want it later, but doesn't want it now.
Just missiles over in Super Bunny Cave. Heart Container. And he's going to reset since he can't go any further than that.
What's funny is Cross Product had a perfect damage boost set up there that he just didn't get to see because he reset once it was a heart.
All right, and we've got just a super pack up there on the floating island, so that's probably not getting picked up anytime soon. But on to the Spiral Cave, and since we don't have boots, get your resident sleepers in chat, folks, because we're taking the long road.
Hitaka and Ozzy both going to make the full clear Eastern play, sequence breaking the lamp for both the bow and the finish of Eastern.
Just a super missile pack there at Terminator. And he's going to head down into Green Brinstar. Not much he can grab here. Half the items are going to be inaccessible, but he can sequence break a couple of them, see what one of them is. But he's not going to be able to check much without that Morph Ball. Then again, that might be where the Morph Ball is hiding, and if it does, he's going to be doing some backtrack.
Yeah. Once Azure gets this screw attack, well, I guess he's going to have to do his flippers checks too, but once he gets the screw attack, I think something's going to click, and he's going to head back down to the screw attack location.
We're going to check what's over here. And just a missile pack.
Yeah, you hate to see it. Following the screw attack into Brinstar like this, if it's not Morph Ball, it's just like you're going to have to double dip, and it's going to be so much extra time.
Yeah. Can't Mock Ball, can't check Etakun Room, can't check anything. You have to go right to Pink Brinstar. There's only a couple of items here you can even access. Just an arrow up, just some arrows hiding up there in the first spot. And can check just before Charge Beam and finds just a 5-bomb upgrade. That is it. Woo. I'm looking at my map right now, and there are only 2 spots available right now. Red Spike Room and the Screw Attack Pedestal in Super Metroid. Everything else is inaccessible. Even with sequence breaking.
Yep, we've gotten all that coverage really quickly.
In fact, I'm getting really worried because I'm pretty sure we've checked just about everything, and I can't think of anything else we can check.
Maybe it's just the 2 things you named, so it's just going to be one of those. So the most likely are probably one of our 2 orbs, since those open up so much once you find them.
Yeah, chat saying Screw Attack Pedestal might be would be awesome. If I've got my tracker set up right, if I've been tracking everything correctly, I think Screw Attack Pedestal has to be the play, because that's the only thing I can think of that they haven't done.
It's the only play in logic since the hookshot is behind the Moon Pearl.
Actually, considering Azure's checked all the spots with hookshot, it's the only play, period.
Well, I mean, that he can take that Ice Beam up Red Tower, which you otherwise can't do. So if it's Moon Pearl there, then there could still be progression in Red Tower, but we wouldn't care because we just do Link to the Past Dark World.
All right, so Asi and Hitaka almost in sync, taking out the Armos Knights, getting our first crystal.
Yeah, being able to fully complete Eastern this early in this seed is actually surprising. It's the first Link to the Past dungeon, but you usually take a while to find the bow in Rando.
Yeah, exactly. It is a very rare thing. And I think Aussie's getting the same vibe I'm getting because, oh no, he's going to check Desert. Now he's going to go check Mire.
Yeah, that double flute there I think is faster than walking up to like a good mirror position, mirroring, and going back, since you have to also menu off your flute and so forth.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good call there. Is he also going to go get his hook shot? Because that might throw him off. Yeah, I think he's going to go for the hook shot. He's going for the Mire Shed.
Yeah,
that might throw him off. He might not.
You've got what Azure did with the mirror 1-frame trick, and you can also get knocked in here by the Murder Dactyl. However, you have to have enough health to actually survive the hit.
Fair enough. All right, so let's see. Aussie's going to check desert area first. Question is, will any of them take the gamble on the Screw Attack Pedestal? They have a little bit of health to work with. Not much, but enough they could survive it. And if there's something there, that might be the play.
Yeah, Ozzy is 100% going to do it. He's down here. He's got a portal back to the Dark World right next to that, and he knows it's in logic.
This is probably where the frustration kicks in for a lot of these guys. Like, because again, they got all these items and yet they can't do anything with them right now. They're just scrambling to find that one big play that's going to carry them through the run. And they don't know what the other guys have done. They may already assume that someone else has already found that big item and they're already way ahead. So they're probably already getting like, oh God, I got to catch up fast.
Ooh, Azure's making the play into Brinstar, but if Ozzy stays here, he's probably going to get an edge.
Yeah, I think odds are good that if Ozzy does go in and check that screw attack pedestal, he's gonna find something, and that's gonna be the game changer right there. This next choice is gonna be the big one. He's not saving and quitting. Is he gonna go for it? Making sure to line himself up correctly so he doesn't get messed up there. He's going over to Agina's cave.
Yeah, but he's got his mirror spot there, so he might take the mirror back out. At least I'm hoping he does. There we go. He's doing it.
He's going for it. Hallelujah. That means we still got a game, and Hitaka's right there as well. Hitaka may also go into that cave, so we might be looking at a race between Aussie and Hitaka right now.
Yeah, I mean, with their sequence broken bows, and they've already got a crystal, they're not making the play into Super Metroid that Cross Product and Azure did. So, all things considered, they could be the two that have the early advantage.
All right, let's keep our eyes on Aussie 101 here. He is going into the entrance portal. What is at Screw Attack Pedestal? It's the Moon Pearl!
Perfect.
Aussie has got to be smiling right now.
Yeah, so now you can do a pretty solid northwest to southwest Dark World loop. You'll leave behind a couple hammer locations, but you've got plenty of stuff open, and you got the mirror for the smith sequence.
Actually, it looks like he's heading up.
Oh, there's Hookshot Cave too. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
That's out of sequence technically, but that's still going to be helpful. Plus, he hasn't been to Paradox Cave yet. He's going to get his Ice Beam. Going to be very helpful with that. So Aussie 101 with the advantage now. Can he run with it? Oh, chat's right. Thanks to that Moon Pearl, Hookshot now is back in logic. So this is a good play no matter how you look at it.
Right.
Oh, but Hitaka made the mistake. He left that area, did not get his Moon Pearl.
So I wonder what Hitaka's thinking now. He's probably thinking it's in pink or green Brinstar and he can skip it. But dang, he was down there and had the stuff to check it. That's going to be a big setback for him.
Yeah, but take a look on Azure's screen. He's going back over here.
He forgot that he already checked it.
Can he? While he's here, he may make the play. Is he going? Yeah. Yeah, he's going up. Oh, we almost forgot to check Quake for Misery Meyer, by the way. We should make a note of that. And now it's Azure's turn to smile as he's got his Moon Pearl.
Chat points out Azure went into the left side shed to despawn the birds so that he could safely make it over to the right side shed.
Smart move, actually. Oh, Nasher's now heading over to the back end of Desert. Is he going to go for it? No, he can't. He's just going to mirror
Yeah,
out.
no fire source.
I was just thinking about that, yeah.
He's already done Hookshot, or not Hookshot, he's already done Paradox Cave, so even though he could do Hookshot Cave, that's another trip to East Death Mountain, so he's just going to hedge on going straight into Village of Outcasts here.
She's going to head up into Skull Woods.
Yeah, this is solid. Dip in front of Skull Woods your first time into the Dark World when it's a pendant. Probably the only time you'll ever need to visit it, and, you know, there's a small chance it pays off.
Indeed, there's 2 items in here, so definitely not a bad call there. Ooh, Aussie just getting that hookshot clip there. All right, let's see what's in Super Bunny Cave. Missile Pack and Super Pack. Actually, I think we saw that earlier. But I did not see what we got in Skullwood.
We got a heart piece in the Gibdo jail, and then we got the big key here, which means you can go back and do the bomb jump check.
Looks like he's going to set up for. I was going to look at Turtle Rock. Also Quake.
I've been seeing a lot of double medallion seeds generated lately, like the same medallion for both of those 2 dungeons.
Indeed, and we're going to see Hookshot Cave here from Aussie. Super Pack. Grapple Beam. Another Missile Pack. And a Heart Container. So not too bad, nothing too great, but that Grapple Beam could be helpful.
All right, so East Death Mountain was largely empty outside of that ice beam, and Ozzy's now following in Azur's footsteps.
Speaking of Azure, he's checked out Bumper Cave, just found a missile pack up there. That's probably going to get left behind. Looks like he's going to head to Graveyard Ledge. Can't check King's Tomb because he doesn't have boots, but he can at least check the Graveyard Ledge, see if there's something there, get that out of the way.
Yeah, this location is really easy to isolate and just put it way off to later in the game.
And just a big 20.
Ooh, so Ozzy's actually going to go through the spiky, terrible room full of mummies here in Skullwoods because of the route he took into Skullwoods.
The pinball room, as I like to call it. I believe that's what it's often called because it looks like a giant pinball table.
Oh, but he got grabbed.
Oh, those wall masters can be a pain. And it looks like Cross also took a death. So as you're now going to head over to Catfish, another one of those areas that you can easily miss and can very well be a game changer if there's something there. Let's see if the Catfish has got something for us this. Okay, so Cross didn't die, he just got lost. Fair enough. All right, let's see what Catfish has got for us here today. And just 50.
Care. Yeah, once you've done Zora and you've got 1,000 rupees, you don't need any.
No. You will skip any rupees you can once you've gotten past Zora and gotten more than enough rupees, because you've got enough now. You're able to stock up on blue potions just left and right. You're set.
Chad is pointing out that Cross Product is just straight up lost. Doesn't realize that there's an extra location and logic for him.
Yeah, he's completely forgotten about that screw attack pedestal, and that's gonna the longer he takes to go there, the more time he's going to lose. All right, so let's see. Looks like Azure's heading over to Pyramid.
Taka seems to be in the same boat.
Yeah, neither of them have any idea where to go. They've completely forgotten that screw attack pedestal is in play. They forgetting this is hard mode. You got to make those plays. Let's see what's on the pedestal. Ooh, blue mail, not bad. So there's a good chance for Azure. Next stop's probably going to be Pod.
Wow, Cross actually had not gotten the 300 rupees off that man. Unfortunately, it's not the progression he needs.
No, not at all.
Azure took the long way to Pod with no hammer, going around the north side and using the flippers.
Yeah.
He's got that potion, the green goo we picked up earlier. So even though he didn't break the bow in Dark Cross, he'll be able to break the bow in this dungeon.
Yeah, potion glitch. But time to pay off everyone's favorite extortionist, Kiki the Monkey, 110 rupees down the drain. As we head into the Mullet Mansion, as Dr. Bob Tastic likes to call it. Why do we call it that? Because most of the keys tend to be in the front, and most of the good items tend to be in the back. So like any good mullet, it's business in the front, party in the back. See what we start off with here. He's going to get his mirror ready to mirror back, and there's that. There you go. Mullet Mansion living up to its name. Key right there at the and it looks like Hitaka is completely lost. He is broken over there.
This is when you wish you could just be a little voice on their shoulder, be like, "Come on, don't forfeit now. Like there's a chance you can still be in this race. You just remember."
Indeed. Aussie now checking at the C-shaped house there in Village of Outcasts. Find a heart container in there. Nice to have that early on. He's gonna head over to the chess game now. We find 10 arrows and Speed Booster.
Okay, so Speed Booster gives us a little bit more than what we had, because that's that's 2 more items in Green Brinstar. And what else?
A couple of spots in Upper NorFair as well.
That's right, yeah.
If you're on the Power Run.
Well, wait. They don't have Morph Ball yet. If you take Speed Booster and...
Oh, wait a minute. We found Fighter Sword in Pod.
Okay, so that's... we're not quite to Hera completion. We still have Fire Source, but a sword at least lets us kill blind. Gosh, the progression is just coming in piecemeal. It's like just rags and tatters that they're having to put together to makeshift something.
No kidding. I didn't see what other item Aussie found in Thieves Town. Found another small key. And there's the map. He must have found the big key.
Oh, chat's pointing out they already had a can of beer enough for blind, so good point. Ozzy's going to be able to clear this dungeon minus the big chest unless he finds hammer.
Yep. There's 5 arrow upgrade. He's going to go ahead and head into the dark room downstairs. This is the easier of the 2 dark rooms in Pod. Let's see if we can find what item he gets. There's another small key. What's on the other side?
Hitaka's going to be really disappointed when he gets up this tower.
Not much in Pod, unfortunately. Just keys.
Ooh, everyone's favorite time. Dark, big chest maze?
Nope, he's going the other way around. Oh, no, but he's going back around. Okay.
I think he's going to hammer Yump his way in.
Gonna be tricky. Sets it up. Does he get it? just makes it. And gets a no tank for his trouble. Ooh, we got Bombos for Aussie over in Thieves Town.
Okay, so Bombos plus a sword plus flippers and mitts gets us into Ice Palace, which is becoming surprisingly clearable.
All right, there's not much else in Pod. I think you found maybe one other item.
Oh, Mind Enemy says the sword was in the dark, so we're actually we're behind that lamp for both the bow and the sword.
Got a big 20 in the maiden's chest. Fortunately, he won't be able to check the big chest because he does not have the hammer. That could be a problem. There's an item there, but that's still to be determined. Since at this point, I think they still have 2 items left in Thieves Town.
And a small correction, so Mind of Me was saying that the sword was bow locked on the right side of Pod, and the bow is behind the lamp, so we're still out of logic for that progression.
Fair point, fair point. Aussie now taking that can of Burna to blind, being very careful not to waste his magic here, because even though he may have that green potion, he wants to make sure to use as little as he can. Oh, bombable hut, just a single rupee, not very helpful there, and down goes blind.
Okay, well, we got some. Oh, there we go.
Hammer is behind blind.
And it's pendant blind too.
Ooh, pendant thieves down required. Aussie making another big play. Not going to go back to check that big chest. I don't blame him, but that could still be a gamble unless he already did find the other item and I didn't miss.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Hataka has been lost, but just decided to flute to 6. So Hataka might have picked up the thread finally. Cross Product's in the right area. This is Cross Product's first trip to Mire and Desert. I gotta say, Hammer on Blind is like pretty inconvenient when you think about, you're getting warped out of the dungeon, not able to go in and get that chest that you'd have to come back for.
Yeah, that is pretty true. Also, Cross has already been to the spot. He's got his pearl.
Yeah, that Hamp puts just a jillion things in logic. Hataka finally unstuck, so we'll see some Dark World action soon.
Aussie with 14 dicks finds the gravity suit.
All right, wow, it's just coming in hard and fast. So we don't have our Morph Ball yet, which would continue to keep Meridia locked out, as well as Wreck Ship locked out. But Dark World progression is wide open.
Absolutely. Well, if anyone was hoping for Suitless Meridia, your dreams are just now dead. Because Azur's now heading that way as well. He'll be getting his gravity suit soon. While Aussie's going to be dropping off good old Jeremiah.
Yeah, I consider a hard mode seed to be a success if there's at least one hard trick required, and that one E-Tank hell run to the statue was hard mode, so that's the payoff as far as I'm concerned.
Not much, but close enough. Let's see what's over here in the Hammer Cave. And just a super tank. Oh, but I think Azure skipped out on Thieves Town, and he's going to regret that decision later. All right, let's see what the Smiths are working on today. The other mail upgrade. So we're going to see some red mail tonight.
Yeah, considering everything that's happened so far, Ozzy's looking to be building a pretty substantial lead.
Absolutely. He's been making all the right plays, following the logic just so. Got to take the long way over to the for the purple chest. Even though he has the flute, he could easily just flute over. But I think what he's going to do is he's going to stop at Mirror Cave, and he's also going to stop over at Hype Cave on the way.
Yeah, this is a pretty common South Dark World loop, and it saves you some iteming in your menu, or menuing to new items.
Finds just more missiles there in the Mirror Cave, or cave south of Grove, for those who know. Azure's now doing the exact same thing. He's right on their tail, and we're going to check out a good old Stumpy. And just another missile pack.
Oh my god, these mini Moldorms are just bodying Cross Product, who fortunately gets out with his life.
Luckily. Now, I saw you mention something about in the chat. We actually may not need both rods, because bear in mind, Turtle Rock is a blue pendant.
I'm talking to someone who was saying like Morph Ball on pedestal. Like it's way too early to make that call.
Well, speaking of Morph Ball, we got Morph Ball bombs from the purple chest.
Man, between everything, it feels like Morph Ball is just right around the corner. Like we got the Morph Ball bombs for vertical height. We got gravity and speed to do all of Meridia. We got a lot of energy tanks now for doing NorFair. So the Morph Ball is it's right on our fingertips.
Yeah, and it's time for Hyper Gripe Cave here on Azure's side while Aussie sets up for Swamp Palace. Let's see what's in Hype. Let's see if we got Hype today. Missile Pack to start things off. Not a good sign. And we have Missile Pack, Morph Ball, Power Bombs, and Arrows. That is a trash cave.
I like Ozzy's play into into Swamp Palace here. In fact, even before Hype Cave, just because it's a cleaner route.
Yeah, I mean, he will have to go menu simulator for this since he doesn't have really any other weapon, but it's probably your best bet. And it is full clearable, so this is...
Yeah, I could see him doing this, then Hype Cave if he doesn't find progression in Swamp, and then probably over to Ice.
Makes sense. And we're still missing a lot of items right now. Like, I'm looking at my tracker right now. Holy cow, the amount of items we're missing. Why is Azure going into Swamp? He doesn't have hammer. Oh, he's just going to take the first item in Swamp because he can only go so far without that.
Yeah, chat's pointing out he's probably going to get routed back to Thieves Town pretty quickly. So that won't be as big of a loss as the bow that's even more isolated. But Ozzy, obviously sequence breaking the lamp, can go and full clear pod for the crystal.
Very true. All right, let's see what Ozzy finds here in Swamp. Question is, will he gamble left side? Depends on what he finds on the way, I guess. Let's see, we have first item, just a 5-bomb upgrade. That gives us 4 potential items to find. And he is going to run left side Swamp. And of course, making sure to grab this key before he floods it. This is a very easy mistake to make and a very costly one. If you don't grab this key before you flood it, it is locked out. And you not only have to exit the dungeon, but you have to move one screen over to reset everything before you can go back and get it. So you do not want to flood that key.
Now, there is one thing that could be the redemption here for Azure. He's got that speed booster, which Ozzy has, but hasn't followed yet. Now, The morph ball could be in the back of the mock ball room here, or whatever it's called in Green Brinstar. And that would be quite an edge.
That could turn things around. This is why we say, you know, it's about what routes you take, what gambles you make, and which ones pay off. Just because Aussie's got a substantial lead right now does not mean it is no chance for the others. Azure could easily turn this right around with one good play. All right, let's see what's in the back of mock ball room. Nope, just a heart piece. And there's the compass there, another heart piece over for Azure. Not much there. And the map. Wow, left side swamp, a total bust.
All right, well, it seems like we're back to Ozzy being the one who's most likely on the right track.
Seems that way. Big key's obviously going to be the back, so we're probably not going to see the big chest picked up today unless there's enough items there. We've got 3 items left in swamp, so if we find all 3 items in the back, that big chest is getting left behind because it's most likely just going to be the big key, which can be self-locked. This is one of the few dungeons where the big key can be in the big chest, since you do not need it for the boss room or the big chest, and the big chest may not have an item, so... Now, Hataka and Cross finally starting to catch up here, making their Dark World runs, finally. Let's see what Aussie finds here. Got 2 items here. We've got a Bloopy and the big keys. He gonna check the big chest? Yes, he is. He's going back. And the big chest we find, just a super pack.
Not quite yet. Maybe it'll be on Argus. Just all the bosses will be dropping the progression.
I've seen crazier things happen in these runs, but we still have one more chest. We still have the waterfall room, so that could still have some. And just a missile pack, so Argus won't have anything.
Man, if I've seen one seed, maybe I've played 1 or 2 with Morph Ball and Ice Palace. I think that's what I'm rooting for now.
All right, so Aussie now starting Menu Simulator 2019. He's going to have to pull off these little puff balls, and then he's going to have to switch to the hammer. Now, the most efficient way to do this is try to pull off two at a time and hopefully get them close enough to get them both at once with the hammer shots. Not an easy thing to do, but if you can do it, it's efficient and it makes it easier. He's going to make sure to keep that one puff ball out to keep it in damage state.
Yeah, hitting a couple of doubles here, but mostly singles.
Argus is not making it easy. He's getting close to him so that those puffballs can latch back on before he can hit him. Ooh, nice setup. 2 to go. Now he's going to rely on the silver arrows. Got to get it just right. There's it. 1 shot, 1 kill. What's he drop? Oh, the various suit.
Wow. So, okay, this actually puts a ton of goofy locations for Morph Ball in play. Because you go in through the lower NorFair portal, and suddenly you can get to a bunch of stuff at Croc and around Bubble Mountain area. Or around, like, the Wave Beam area.
Yeah. So Aussie once again in a huge advantage here. Because nobody else can do Swamp Palace right now without that hammer. So that play into Thieves Town has saved Aussie a ton of time. And given how little there's left to do in Link to the Past, I'm pretty sure Aussie's going to be heading into Super Metroid very soon.
Yeah, he's probably going to go north route here real quick. He might stop by Pod on his way, but he's got Pyramid Ledge and Quakefish.
Obviously going to head up to the Pyramid Ledge, going to get their red mail soon. That's going to be very helpful. I mean, they don't really need it, but if you can get it easily, you're not going to turn it down.
Yeah, I mean, this will allow Ozzy to just skip every single heart piece, heart container he sees. Granted, he's someone who can beat the game on a very low percent to begin with, but this is going to even further reduce that damage and make him safe.
Absolutely.
So Cross Product also did not go through Thieves Town to get that hammer and is making the play up to Red Tower here, but Azur's finally on the right thread.
And as you called, Aussie now heading over to Pod. They'll be getting their fighter sword here soon, to the very least, especially since they have the bow, so they don't have to do bow skip. Also, he missed Blind's pun of the day. When you're a baker, you don't loaf around. I can promise you this, folks. I may make some bad puns from time to time, but my puns will never be that bad. Now, Azure finally got his hammer. He's probably happy about that now.
So Ozzy will get a sword for his trouble and a crystal. That's not bad. Even if Pod doesn't sort of push the seed forward, he's taking care of business.
Usually the best thing you can do in a case like this. All right, so we're just waiting for that next big play, but it looks like it's going to be a while before we see that, unfortunately. Because right now, everyone's doing stuff we've already seen. Unless... Oh, wait a minute. I take that back. Azure is heading into Ice Palace.
Ooh. Well, there's still a chance that there's something really good for him here. Even if the various suit leads to some progression. It's a crystal, so he'll eventually do it, but the morph ball could still be here.
Yeah, that could easily put him on a different track here. That could make a big difference. Let's see how it pays off.
You could imagine him just doing hell runs to substitute for where that Varia suit would have taken him.
That's very true. This is a hard mode scene. He may assume that hell runs are required, not thinking to check Swamp Palace. Let's see what our first chest is here. Just a small key. This is a little trickier because he's still only on Fighter's Sword. At the very least, you would have Master Sword going into this. Actually, if you're playing a full clear, you would actually probably already have Tempered Sword by this point. All right, so now Azur's going to set up, probably going to set up for the Ice Palace bomb jump. One of the more notorious tricks in the game. You have to get yourself on just the right pixel and bomb jump right there. Looks like he's got a good setup here. Yes, first try every time.
Nice. It's a really, really important bomb jump for anyone watching who might not run Link to the Past Rando. That lets you just speed through Ice Palace. You don't have to double around using the switches.
Yeah, big time save there for Azure. Of course, the H room here in the Ice Palace, very specific routing to maximize efficiency. Smack the hammer down, pick up the block, hit the other block down, get through before the bunny beam gets you. Pick up the pot, flip the switch, grab the chest, and move on. There's the big...
Ozzy was probably checking his inventory, like, do I have red cane? Nope, gotta push the statue.
Yeah, it's always nice when you have the cane of Samaria for that. All right. Another small key. Not finding much items. Most of the items are tucked away in the back end, it looks like.
Ooh, Azure got across that room really quick and then used the hook shot to pull himself even further into the stairs to get out faster.
Very clever there. All right. Azure taking out those two guys. Spring Ball!
Well, okay, you know what? Spring Ball doesn't do anything for us this seed. I think we've already got all the stuff that Spring Ball skips. Because Gravity Suit's available, Speed Booster, Morph Ball Bomb. So once we have Morph Ball to actually do Spring Ball jumps, it wouldn't matter.
And a missile pack. That's all the items in Ice Pack. No, actually, we still have one item. Or Big Chest, I think, is probably going to have the last item. Either that or Cold Stare. Nice use of the hook shot. Gives you invincibility frames. Get past that fire bar.
Ozzy's doing everyone's favorite thing, which is the flip over turtles in the dark. There are like 6 of them in this room, and if you hit one of them that's already been flipped over but not close enough to kill it, it'll flip back up and attack you again.
And I believe it also moves a little bit faster when it does that too. Azure found the last item there, just a simple big 20. So it's time for Cold Stare. We know it's going to be the compass on Cold Stare because he hasn't gotten that yet. While he's doing that, Aussie is taking on the Helmassar King.
One shot, one kill with those silver arrows.
Very nicely done. Unfortunately, Azure does not have the same luck because he does not have a powerful enough sword to put them in the corner. But let's see what the Helmassar King drops. Oh my lord! The Helmassar King is guarding the Morph Ball.
Well, then where in God's name is that lamp?
Yeah, that means the lamp has to be in logic somewhere. Where is that thing hiding?
Okay, the lamp could have been acquired morphless going through all that stuff in NorFair I was talking about with the Various suit.
This seed just got ridiculous.
People are also suggesting Spike Cave, which hasn't been checked.
Yep.
I love this. We've seen so much progression drop from bosses. It's unreal.
Yeah, seriously. That's our third boss in a row that's dropped progression. Because we got the hammer and the hammer off blind, we got the Various suit off Argus, and now we've got the Morph Ball on Helmassar King. What? You know, I don't really save this from we get a ton of early items very quickly, but I'm going to save it here. What is going on with this seed?
So one thing I think is interesting is Ozzy just got all of this stuff that just blows Super Metroid wide open. Now he's doing Ice Palace now anyways. This is a dungeon you want to go mode later because it's so much, it's like 3-4 minutes faster if you go mode it versus full clearing it, maybe even longer than that. And yet he's doing it now for 3 items.
And we know there's nothing of value here, so this is really going to be a waste of time for him, really.
You save a little bit on not transitioning games, but other than that, I would have taken that Morph Ball and just like hard reset.
All right, Azure now heading into Swamp Palace. Since he's got the hammer now, he can full clear it, and he will get his Various suit for his trouble. So this is going to be a good call for him. But we now know the big play is in Palace of Darkness, which is where Cross Product's heading, but he does not have the hammer, so he won't be able to do it.
So ultimately, the seed is going to end up getting pretty restrictive. Azure's going to run out of locations. He's going to have to get that bow from Dark Cross and then have to do Helmassar. But that's so many double dips to places he's already been. There could be a chasm between him and Ozzy.
Yeah, seriously, that bow is going to hurt him so bad. But then again, if he finds that lamp early enough, he may double back and check all that, and that could throw him back on course. It's a long shot, but it could still happen.
Looking at what we need to complete our dungeons, I mean, we need a fire source, which we know is pretty closely available in the logic, given that it pointed at the Morph Ball. And once we got a fire source, we can do Hera. We've already been able to do Ice Pod, Eastern Swamp. We'll just need that cane for Mire.
And we're just I think we're just one item away from Super Metroid Go mode because we only need is either the space jump or the high jump boots.
No, we're good on Super Metroid movement. The speed booster and Morph Ball bombs give us all the like mobility we need.
Ah, fair point. Though we do, Chad does also point out we also need a second sword. We need at least Master Sword to take on Ganon.
And the Quake Medallion to get into Mire.
Yeah. Now, we don't absolutely need the Ice Rod because we do not need to do Turtle Rock. However, Fire Rod is still required. Yeah. Oh, no. Actually, no. Fire Rod isn't even needed.
Yeah, and you can use Lantern on those late rooms in Ganon's Tower. You just kind of get close to the edge and kind of shove your Lantern over it.
It's tricky, but it can be done. But still, we are in a very interesting position here. Yes, chat. Turtle Rock is indeed a pendant, as is Skull Woods and Thievestown. But we've already confirmed Thievestown is required because Blind has the hammer.
Yeah, I think we've only got a 1 in 22 chance of hard nading the boots this seed, so we're probably going to be able to skip those, even if the game technically wanted them for desert.
Yeah, Chad points out that there are scenarios where we might still not be done. For example, as Chat points out, Trinex could be sitting on boots with a big key boot locked in Ganon's tower. It's a slim chance because of how many items locations there are in Ganon's tower, but it is still a possibility that we need to count on as Hitaka is getting his hammer. And an ironic twist, Asger and Aussie now dealing with opposite bosses they've already dealt with, as Aussie's taking on Cold Stare using that hammer, while Asger is taking on Argus.
Yeah, those are beautiful fights, by the way. I just hope everyone watching appreciates the fighter's sword and hammer strats the people have to use on Argus and Cold Stare.
And of course, they use slightly different strats. Asger forced to use the hammer since he does not have the bow to use silver arrows, but he gets his Various suit.
So Asger almost certainly is going to take that and run into some part of NorFair. He could go upper NorFair first, or he could go lower. Both of them have access to a bunch of stuff without morph.
Now, I noticed that while we're waiting on some big plays to be made here, I noticed a comment in chat basically saying someone wants to run the combo randomizer, but because of the time frame, their time frame, since they clearly are not in the U.S., whereas most people are. I'm going to say this right now: we have a lot of members in our community that are not from the U.S. We've got a lot of people in Europe that play the combo randomizer. Do not let time zones keep you from trying this out. You'd be surprised how many members of our community would be lovely to help you out.
Yeah, we got some French players for sure. All right, looks like Asher's gonna take a peek at this Bubble Mountain item.
Also, I love the custom sprite. What sprite is that? Oh, RoboCop. He's using RoboCop. That is actually really cool, and I love the screw attack, the way it looks. That is awesome. No, it's definitely RoboCop that I see there, because I got a good look at it. That's definitely RoboCop. That was what I was not expecting. I was expecting Master Chief, but I was not expecting RoboCop. Oh, and Asger taking on Crocomire.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff I was a little worried about him doing, but it sure is fun for us. So he can check everything in the Croc area except for the item that's in the cosine room.
Yeah, you need more bulk for that. Oh! Croc guarding the lamp.
Okay, so he's gotta leave. He's totally gonna see that that's a sign to leave after this, right?
I would hope so.
Ozzy just got the cape in Mickey Mouse. And by the way, Ozzy does not have high jump. I'm pretty sure he did the double pixel frame perfect wall jump to get up worst in the game.
He did. That is an impressive feat. That room is a nightmare if you do not have the correct movement items. So the fact that he got through that with very little trouble is impressive.
And he's using an alternate sprite, so he's got to really understand whatever this other sprite's hitbox is. Well, making the play out down to Ridley right now, that makes sense.
Now we're starting to see a lot of different locations checked, and and it's hard for me to keep up. I'm sure I've missed a few items along the way.
Yeah, well, we got 3 runners in NorFair simultaneously, but cross product is hell running. So if he makes it to Croc, he'll get his lamp and be like, "Oh, I'm out."
Oh, Asder finding space jump.
Wow, what? Okay, that's really good for him to pick up just for movement speed's sake. It's not required, but man, that's a good payoff.
Now Aussie taking on the Rider Pirates, as I like to call them. Reason being is because they're bug-like enemies doing drop kicks, so a reference to the Japanese superhero series Kamen Rider. Rider kick.
So the fascinating thing about this Croc area, it's got 2 really good unique items. One of them is strict progression. The other one's a nice to have. Ozzy's never going to go there because he doesn't need a lamp and he doesn't need a space jump to win the game.
And Aussie now taking on Ridley. He's got just enough missiles to pull this off. It's a very, I think it says 30 supers needed to beat Ridley, if I remember correctly. And the sacrifice, down goes Ridley. Nicely done.
All right, so we got Hitaka is going to be finishing up Swamp, getting that various suit. Cross Products farming up some health to hell run his findings from down here back out. So, they're both making progress, but still a fair bit behind Asher and Ozzy, and that there's even a league between the 2 of them.
Yeah, it's close between those 2 right now. Though with that lamp, Asger might be able to pull himself back into a lead here.
I don't think so. The lamp doesn't do anything that Ozzy doesn't already know about. I think Ozzy's got this pretty much locked down.
True.
Yeah, Ozzy's got 4 crystals and Ridley. He's going to be able to go efficiently clear out the Super Metroid bosses in pretty much whatever order he chooses, and just needs Kane, Quake, and another sword.
Azur's taking that lamp cue, and he's heading back into Link to the Past.
Little blue bomber mock ball there for Ozzy.
Now, chat's saying that Austin will need to find the fire rod, but
oh right, he needs a fire source for Hera, so it could be either the lamp or the fire rod.
Yeah, but considering he's in NorFair, he's going to be heading back in NorFair. He's probably going to go right for Croc and get that lamp, so I wouldn't worry too much. And Azure on his way to on the lower NorFair himself. And
there's our Quake.
Oh! Quake! Nice find there for Aussie. We found our bacon coin. That is a big find. Just a red meringue there. Probably not going to be picking that up.
So, yeah, Azure's like going for Mickey Mouse, realizing, oh, wait, no morph ball still. He can go in as far as some of these items back here, but I don't think he can... He can't escape lower NorFair this way. He's going to have to reverse through or just reset. Yeah, he'll see the Quake, which he knows he needs, but I think he's going to end up resetting. because he doesn't have the energy to get through. Well, he might have the energy if he's full. I'm not sure to get back through amphitheater.
That doesn't look like he's going for it. He's already going through NorFair Escape and heading to. He's already got his Quake medallion.
Yeah, but you need a morph ball to roll out, right?
Yeah,
so he won't be able to escape here.
No. Aussie heading over to Wave Beam finds a missile pack. And a heart piece, so not much there at Wave.
Yep, he reset.
That's actually going to cost him time, because checking all this without being able to grab anything is going to be a waste.
He'll just, he has to do Ridley eventually, so once he gets his morph ball, he'll get Quake on the way out.
Aussie now heading up to Speed Booster. Now, since he has the Speed Booster, the lava will rise when he leaves the main room. So he's gonna want to check this item here first before he goes in. Finds a Power Bomb pack, and inside Speed Booster he finds just 10 bombs. Oh, keep your eye on Ataka. He's heading up through Spike Cave.
Ozzy's taking some time to farm here, replenish his ammo count, probably thinking that he's going to be using some of those super missiles on an upcoming boss, maybe in Meridia.
Yep, and Azure now heading into the Dark Cross room. He's going to be getting his bow here very soon.
Azure's going to kick himself when he sees this.
Oh, yeah.
And then again when he beats Pod.
All right, Aussie heading to NorFair Reserve. There's 2 items here, heart container and a missile pack, so not much there. There's that bow. There's just a heart piece there in Bubble Mountain, so that's going to get ignored.
I just want to note that it's almost the hour 30 mark. 3 of our 4 on-stream runners are still morphless. You know, I'm surprised. Actually, I'm looking at our tracker. It's very limited on space, and we don't even have a spot for the lamp. But lamp has been so pivotal in this scene. I would have wanted to see who's got it and who doesn't.
Yeah, I think most of them do, because I'm pretty sure I saw Hitaka grab it. And we know Cross got it. Oh, I missed what that was. I also grabbed something out of High Jump Room, but I didn't see what it was he grabbed. And just a missile pack.
All right, Azure's on track for Morph Ball here. He's going to have it within the next 2 minutes or so.
Give or take. Okay, so Chad's saying it was nothing important there, just a hard piece. Okay, that's good to know. Ossie's going to head up into Brinstar, going to head over to Kraid, heading into Kraid's lair. So we know Aussie actually did make a bit of a mistake there because he skipped on Croc, and we know that's kind of essential. Ooh, Master Sword!
Yeah, now it's going to come down. If Ozzy full clears the rest of SM and doesn't find a Fire Rod, he will actually lose a lot of his advantage.
All right, well, it's time to see if he's going to take Cray to the prom or reject him with the quick kill. Rejected! Nicely done, Aussie. And charge beam. That's a nice find.
Yeah, that's huge. He doesn't have to pay attention to his ammo count anymore, though he was already in pretty much the safe zone. It's kind of tight, but 90-40 is about what Ozzy can finish the game with if he hadn't found it.
And Azure now finishing off Helmsart King, and he gets his morph ball.
So I wonder which way he's gonna go. Maybe like with late morph, late wreck, or like wreck ship immediately becomes a good play.
Oh, we still got a lot of places to check, because, my lord, pretty much all of Super Metroid is accessible right now.
Oh, yeah.
And there's still a lot of it we haven't checked.
Kraid, Meridia side, so he's probably going to trail behind Ozzy by a couple of minutes.
Meanwhile, Cross is in Tower of Hera. Now that he's got that lamp, he's going to go ahead and do the full clear. Aussie heading over to Spazer.
Oh, chat pointing out that Azure didn't go in and do Eastern, even though he was right there and he even mirrored. Yeah, so he'll just have to waste a little bit of time walking back there later when he's in go mode.
Yep. Oh, and Aussie's opened up Meridia. He's heading up.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume, based on Azure's play and what everyone is calling it weird, I think it's just he's a little bit on the fritz or maybe a little bit on tilt, like, oh my god, I just got Morph Ball here, like after all this stuff, after that bow, and he's probably thinking, I gotta just go to SM and just forgetting about Link to the Past.
Fair enough. All right, I'm going to step out for a second. I'll be right back.
So we're going to be getting new locations just about simultaneously from multiple runners here. Keep your eyes peeled. Cross product going to go up and show us at least one more item in Tower of Hera. Ozzy's going to give us that full clear front to back Meridia, starting from the tube as we saw. A wave beam for starters on the right side Mama Turtle room. Azure is going to follow up with some Kraids, so don't have to worry about tracking him just yet. Ataka is about to get the lamp behind Croc, and then probably his space jump as well. Nice shine spark across the that big room in Meridia for Ozzy, going up to the sandy beaches and the watering hole. I can never remember what that big room in Meridia is called with all the grapple hook spots. Oh, it's Mount Everest, that's it. So I'm thinking what would be the best outcome for Ozzy to not lose his advantage, but also not need that lamp, would be like Fire Rod locks the Cane of Samaria in some way, which is not a high % chance because you need Cane to get into TR and you need Fire Rod to do just about anything in TR, so those items don't usually overlap. But you could still have like Cane of Samaria on Mothula, on Pendant Mothula, just running the theme we've had of all the bosses having progression. Oh, there's no more items in Skull? Damn. All right, well, there's a chance. Oh, Fire Rod on Moldorm would just be troll. Ooh, Hitaka sets up a short charge and then bonks his head. But is rewarded with the space jump. Ozzy heading into the sand pits. What do we got on left side? Oh, he's got the fire rod! Oh my god, that's enormous! He's got to get it though, right? Like, you have to think in his mind, yeah, he doesn't need it for any of the pendant dungeons, but he knows he needs a fire source for Hera. So he's going to reset that, check out the rest of Meridia, probably leave through the sand pits. Man, speak of the devil, Ozzy could... I mean, it really depends on where that cane is, but Ozzy could have a great time on this seed. You know, something in the neighborhood of 220x if he finds that cane before too long. Azure now catching up in Meridia, while Cross Product heads back to the Dark World. Probably going to be a blind kill here because he's just run out of stuff to do and he needs that hammer. Oh, he hasn't even opened Thieves Town, so he's got to go in and do the whole thing. Hitako is trying to do Morphless Escape from Croc. Looks like he's succeeding. He got enough of those blocks broken. So he's going to head up Crumble Tower, check this location here, and then probably head back out through the Green Gate in the bottom of the business center.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, folks.
Well, while you were away, the biggest news that we got is that Ozzy saw the fire rod in the left sand pit.
Oh my. And Ozzy now just taking out Batwoon there. Nicely done.
Hitaka's still on the hunt for Morph. Hasn't done Pod, but does have his hammer. Cross Product is just going through Thieves Town now and going to be catching up on hammer shortly. Ooh, I really like this farming strategy here from Ozzy, just kind of leaning down into the sand pit with the grapple beam. I'll have to remember that one.
And apparently also we saw magic powder in the aqueduct.
Yep, and right as you came back, Ashdir got Wave Beam and Mama Turtle, which Ozzy had already gotten. Yeah, even without Space Jump, Ozzy has a pretty efficient traversal of the Coliseum. God, I never remember. Coliseum in Meridia on his way to Dragon.
Indeed. We prep up for a little bit of Keiko Love. Last year it was a reveal that one of those little mini Dragons, its movement pattern spells out the word Keiko Love in its, so it's a very interesting little setup there.
Ooh, a little diagonal spark there onto Dragon. I'm not sure if that's what he was intending, but I was a flashy strat for sure.
It was nice, and it did work. He did take some damage out of that. Down goes Dragon there for Aussie. And just get some power bombs.
So Ashtir's gonna grab the fire rod now. No, He's thinking about grabbing it now versus resetting. There, he resets. Taka, unfortunately, not on the way to Morph Ball doing Ice Palace right now.
Oh, E-Veers. Thank you, Big Backed. I just call them mini Dragons because that's pretty much what they are. They're just baby Dragons. Then again, Nintendo has a very odd habit of creating weird names for all of its enemies. Let's see, right sandpit completely dead.
So I'm starting to think of troll locations for that can of Samaria, and boy, a fun one would be Thieves Town Big Chest. Hitaka's Ice Palace bomb jump going about as well as mine usually does.
I can't judge. Mine wouldn't be much better, to be honest. I'd be lucky if I actually got it. Again, that's why I don't speedrun. I just commentate. Do what you're good at, I say. As Cross Product gets his hammer, and Aussie going for that fire rod. Now, since it is in logic, will any of our runners be going for Shek Tool?
I think we're getting that answer right now.
Yeah. Chat, you've been asking for it. It looks like Aussie's going to grant your wish. We're getting a Shek Tool check.
Or just a Plasma Beam check.
Oh, that's true. Plasma Beam. But he could check Shek Tool on the way out.
He might. He just might take Forgotten Highway from here to do Wreck Ship.
I don't see many runners do that, to be honest.
Yeah, it's statistically not faster. It's just a meme.
Well, we do love our memes around here, that's for sure.
Yeah, because you can. I was just gonna say you can go back down the chute from. Oh my God, mushrooms at Plasma. You can go back down the chute, go through the sand pits. You're already past the sand pits at that point. Just go through the portal in Business Center and reset to ship, and you're like already most of the way to Wreck Ship.
Yeah. Of course, Aussie trying to set up a shine spark to get out of the plasma room. Oh, just
He's
missed.
probably got to stop going for those diagonals and just take a vertical one from the platform up here.
Yeah.
Oh, but never mind. He got the diagonal.
Yeah, you got
I think
it.
he wants to show off the sprite. That RoboCop has a really cool diagonal motion.
It does.
Okay, no, Ozzy is just going to go to the back of Meridia portal here. So, no Forgotten Highway today. Rest in peace memes.
So sad, so sad.
I think if I was on the restream, like in his position, I would have done it just to like get some what faces in chat.
So we got a lot of good items out of that run. We're only just a plasma beam away from full beam. We won't be seeing any microwaves, unfortunately, because we're already past that point, unfortunately. But you never know.
Could still get it on Fantoon.
That's true, though. That Fantoon's really tricky to microwave.
I mean, it's still the fastest kill since it's the only thing you can do to one round. As far as I'm aware.
All right, let's see what the mushroom spot gives us. Or mushroom check.
All right. Even though he doesn't need it, Azure has his Fire Rod. Well, doesn't need it. It could be that. No, wait. There's nothing it can logically lead to with Canis Samaria locking Turtle Rock and with Skull Woods being cleared of items. The Fire Rod doesn't have any chance of leading to Samaria.
No. Fire Rod is pretty much useless at this point. I mean, it's nice for Ganon's tower, but it's not required. Oh, but Odyssey's gonna
got that magic powder. GP is needs Fire Rod.
Yeah, it is. Just, well, maybe. Well, we're also gonna get a powder check. Heading to the Batcave, Aussie. What does our batty friend have for us today? Just a missile pack.
All right, Ozzy. The fetch quests are nice, but you've got like Wreck Ship, Brinstar. Like you got places to be that should have a lot more checks than this.
Yeah, Wreck Ship and Brinstar as a whole has got a ton of checks.
Wait, is he just gonna finish up Desert here? Yeah, he's finishing up Desert because he still doesn't have Kane for Meyer, which would be the other reason to come down here.
Yeah, unfortunately. And again, it could be Kane of Samaria in the front end of Meyer too. You could always keep that in mind.
Oof, that's a trolley location.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it happen. The trolliest thing a randomizer can do is to put an item in its vanilla location. Not the first time I've seen that happen.
Yeah, I just had hookshot on left side swamp earlier this week.
That is evil.
Yeah, I had 4 or 5 locations left in the entire combo rando, and some of the other people did as well. The best runner finished 3:24 time, which is like a half an hour slower than his usual.
It looks like Azure's going to be heading over to Wreck Ship.
Yeah. Man, single, as Chad is pointing out, no morph ball and single sword for each of Cross Product and Hitaka at the 148 mark.
That is brutal. But both Hitaka and Asi almost in sync now going up against Land Molus. Takes them out very quickly.
Wow, that was like 20. Frame for frame? No. Hitaka's like 1 frame ahead, maybe 2.
Like a frame ahead, but barely.
Azure's making our first play into Wreck Ship. Here we go.
Though with the loadout these got, Wreck Ship's gonna be no problem. All he needs to do is stock up on some super. Oh no, actually no, you don't even need supers. That's right. So yeah, he's good. He should have no problem with Fant. Just a heart piece there.
Man, Ozzy, what are you doing? Why would you will it into a double dip of Meyer when you don't have Kane? There's so much open in the game.
He might be thinking I think he's suspecting the troll. He thinks there might be Kane and Meyer, so he's making the gamble.
You know what? He's probably okay. I think even if he got Kane here, I don't think he can world record this seed. But that's probably what's in his mind. He's thinking like, I get Kane here, I finish Meyer, I go do Hera GT, and I get Fantoon Torian, and maybe he squeezes in and gets like a 2:15, 2:18 finish time, but he's not going to be able to set the world record, I think, even if the Kane were here.
Yep. Ozzer having a little struggle there with Fantoon early on. Tried to get the early hit, but unfortunately the flames blocked his shot.
Does anyone in chat know? I remember something called like a spooky action glitch in the context of Meyer. I don't know, or like the Meyer area. I'm not sure if that has any relevance of like things that you can use to sequence break. That has no relevance to Samaria and Meyer, according to Linkforce. Okay, never mind. Forget I said it.
Yep. Oh, Asder went for the kill, but didn't quite do it, and you got the angry spray. You got the angry Vantoon.
Yeah, that's a pretty uncommon sight for Asder. He runs any percent, and I think he has something like a 44x or 45x time on that, so he's very familiar with the Vantoon fight.
Yeah. For those who don't know, if you the super missile does double damage on Vantoon. However, if it does not kill him, it puts him into an angry state where he will just stay up there invincible and throw flames at you for several seconds, and it can cost you a lot of time. Though he does get the finish, but still, that is very unfortunate.
Cross product going at Cold Stare with a hammer here. Dodging all these falling ice blocks seems to have the fight under control.
Honestly, not finding much there in Meyer, unfortunately. Oh, das Boots! What are those?
Huh. Okay, so if someone were go-moding Meyer, they could totally miss those. He will make up time in his Link to the Past traversal and his GT climb, but possibly not all the time that he spent double dipping this, so it's hard to say.
Well, he's still got one more item he's looking out for, so who knows? Maybe he'll find it here, the vanilla big key chest. As you're heading through Spiky Room of Death. Thankfully, with Space Jump, this won't be near as bad as it could be. And just a big 20 for Azure.
Yep, and he didn't save back there, so he has to walk it out instead of resetting.
Oh, and just a big 20 for Aussie. His Meyer gamble did not pay off. Also, Hitaka just ran Tower of Hera. I did not see if he gained anything, but I don't think he did.
It's looking like we had a power outage for one of our off-stream runners, and PP-chan is forfeited from the race.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, so Osprey check out the right end. Desert only found the triple bombs, but that was the last item he could find, so that is it for Desert.
Okay, so Ozzy's going to clean up these North Hyrule boots checks here. Really determined not to do... I think he's thinking like the big brain play here is, you know, Bryn skip, go mode wreck ship, so he doesn't have to clear those all out.
Makes sense, but at this point, it's not paying off for him. Missile pack there for Azure.
Oh!
And someone call Phantom Ryu, because that's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane!
I don't understand. This is ridiculous. The things that Ozzy has done in this seed. People are never going to go to Meyer without Kane. They're going to full clear the freaking game before they get those boots. Especially since Desert's already... I don't understand.
You're just completely dumbfounded. Wow. Holy cow.
This is one of the best seeds I've ever watched. Like, hands down, top 3. This is unreal, the placement of these items and the way that Ozzy is getting them.
And, yeah, I think we can call it.
He's got one more crystal to get before... No, 2 more crystals, because he's going to have to fly back. Actually, why didn't he just go finish Meyer and then do Hera with GT? What does he think he's missing?
I don't know, but... Because, yeah, he's got everything. So, if I may... Ladies and gentlemen, if you check your phones, your watches, your timekeeping devices... Your timekeeping devices at this time... You will find that Aussie 101 has officially entered... Go mode time. He has 2 swords. He's got the cane. He's got a fire source. He's got everything he needs.
Ozzy, what are you doing? You don't have a key. You don't have a small key. Why are you down here? Oh no, he's already opened the door. Never mind.
I was just like, what are you talking about?
Okay, I thought the key door was later. I'm on the fritz because like his whole run has just thrown me for a loop.
Yeah. Also, Hitaka just got his Morph Ball. But, oh my lord. This seed has been nuts. Boy, did I pick a good night to come back to do this. You know, I've always felt like I'm cursed. Whenever I do a commentary, the seed ends up being extra trolly, but even by my standards, this is nuts.
Yeah, as chat's pointing out, we've got a runner in go mode before one of the other on-stream runners has Morph Ball. And we're approaching the 2-hour mark. That's just ridiculous.
And I just realized, because Azure reset earlier, he does not have Quake. Ossie's the only one who could have pulled this off.
Yeah. Wow. So Azure, he'll route past Meyer, but not be able to open it when he wants to go down, do Ridley, get his Quake on the way out, and then have to go down to Meyer again to find the boots to eventually get the cane to come back to Meyer. How many times is he going to visit that swamp this seed?
I have no idea. Also, shout out to Captain MD13 who clipped your reaction to the cane.
That one's gonna be a treasure.
If anyone's in the Speed Gaming Discord channel, lately have a spot for posting clips. Please, someone post that.
All right, looking like full Brinstar loop cleanup here for Azure. Gonna hit all those spots that were Powerbomb locked before. Well, Morph Ball and Powerbomb locked, I suppose.
Oh! Did you just see that? Aussie got bonked by Trolldorm, but instead of falling, he just barely managed to get back on the platform.
Ooh, he must have used his boots. There's a couple of frames where you can hang on if you time your dash correctly.
That I have never seen that before.
And one place I can think of in the game where you kind of use your dash recovery to get onto a platform, there's a bomb jump in Ice Palace where if you don't quite get the right pixel, you end up kind of half on, half off, and if you have boots, you can save yourself.
Yeah, still, that's... Again, I swear I get surprised every race. There's always something new I learn by doing these. It's just insane. All right, so all else he has to do now in Link to the Past is finish up Misery Meyer, and he's only got Fantoon left in Wreck Ship, and then he's ready to go.
Yeah, I think Ozzy had a shot at maybe a 2-1x time still if he had put Hera together with GT and done this in the opposite order, but Meyer plus GT plus Tori now is probably going to take him to low 220s.
That's still really impressive for a hard mode seed. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm
it's
used to
impressive
these
for
being
this
like
random
3 hours. Yeah, because most of these runs average out about 3 hours. So to see someone complete it in less than 2.5, that is really good.
Yeah, on screen here we have the world record holder for singles and Ozzy, and we have the second place previous world record holder Hitaka. Asher has one of the top 5 times, but I believe it came on a double seed. But all those top times are sub 225, so Ozzy could end up on that leaderboard again. Though I don't know if it's going to count him twice. And the thing I've got to really emphasize to chat here, because we're all kind of dumbfounded. Ozzy made some unusual calls, but he played the seed like he wanted it to be a world record seed. And that's the only way you can actually get those. You have to specifically choose where to and not to go in order to maximize your chances of getting a really low time in this randomizer.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a bit of luck involved here to have those items be right where he wanted them to be or right where he expected them to be. But you have to have the knowledge and the skill to be able to pull those kind of plays off that makes someone like Aussie a world record holder. Like, that's the way you got to look at this. Like, it's not just about getting lucky, it's being able to take advantage of that luck that makes the difference. Goes back to what I said earlier. It's about what routes you take, what gambles you make, and which ones pay off. You need all 3 of those to work out. If they don't, then you're going to get lost. But if they work out for you and you take advantage of that, you can dominate these games.
Well said. We've got Mind of Me hypothesizing. So does Ozzy have any idea where that lamp would be now? And it's probably narrowed it down. Lamp would have had to have been accessible without Morph in either NorFair or Brinstar.
To be fair, I don't think he cares now. But we should say, ladies and gentlemen, we are on our way to Ganon's Tower. There are 22 possible locations inside of Ganon's Tower where that big key could be hiding. Get your guesses in chat, folks. Where do you think that big key is going to be?
You want to pick a number between 1 and 22.
I'm taking 13. I'm sticking, because that seems to be a lucky number for me.
I'm gonna go 22. I'm gonna say tile room, because if the seed hasn't already been a jerk.
I've kind of found that when the game gets especially trolly before Ganon's Tower, it tends to be nice when you get there. So.
I hope everyone's buckled in and has their snacks, by the way, because, ooh, look at this. Cross Product needs to do, and he's getting it. Cross Product needed to do that to escape the crouch position and get out of this room alive before the lava rose. There's a trick to cancel and move right from your angle position.
All right, just to keep count, number 1 was 50 rubies, and number 2 was Ether. Starting off in Ganon's Tower, and he's going to head down to the left side, finds a small key on the torch there, so there's item number 3.
Oh, this is amazing. Wait a minute. Cross Product read Quake as progression, and he's going to do Meyer, get his boots, and he's going to have his cane way before the other runners might, just because of not getting the Morph Ball.
There's 4 for the book. There's 5 the map, 6 small key, 7 half magic. A little late for that, but won't complain. Jurasi would appreciate another sword upgrade. Number 8. Oh, big key at 8.
Yeah, the sword's not
nobody guessed it. Closest will go to Omniflas, who guessed 9.
So Master Sword's a little bit slow on the first 2 forms of Ganon, but as long as you got the silver arrows, that fight's not too bad. I think we'd really want that tempered sword if we weren't sitting on silvers.
I get the feeling Aussie might check some of the chests on the way up just to see if he can get that tempered sword on the way up. But if he's confident with Master Sword Ganon, he'll.
Yeah, with that GT big key coming pretty early, Ozzy could still get the sub 220. Cross product, just a couple rooms away, probably about a minute and a half from getting DOS boots. So Hitaka's on the way out of LN, has his Quake, which means he's going to have to do Meridia. Actually, doesn't have to, because he doesn't need the Fire Rod. He needs a sword. Where was our sword, chat?
Sword was in Pod.
No, the second one.
Where was that second sword?
Kraid.
Kraid, that's right.
Okay, alright, so Hitaka just needs to do a boss rush, basically, and then either get extremely lucky or full clear both games. So we'll see.
Nice quick kill there for Aussie against Lenmo 2. And Aussie just blazing through the upper part of the tower.
Ooh, is Cross Product going to light all the torches in time here? He's got a short window.
He got it. And you know what's funny? Cross Product's going to have his cane before everybody else, but he's also going to have it before he's even found Morph Ball.
Yeah, that's just... It's backwards. The whole seat is just backwards.
I'm telling you.
TR Medallion was Quake also. So after he does boots checks, he might think, oh, I've got to do a fire rodless TR dip.
Indeed, Aussie is checking those chests at the top of Ganon's tower, not finding anything so far, but he's got 2 more chests to check. He's got this next chest coming up, and of course, the inevitable conclusion, as I like to go. Ooh, nice little glitch there. The bomb hole didn't open, but he still went.
Yeah, what the?
See, it's just all kinds of screwy. All right, on to Troll Dorm 2. He won't be able to have the same luck, though, because there's not many places he can jump back onto the platform like he could in Tower of Hera, but he doesn't need it. Takes him down, no problem. And just a compass at the inevitable conclusion.
And our second runner to the boots is Cross Product, and he's out. So Ozzy will have potentially 1 more check, which of course we've already seen it because Asher did wreck ship, but that's if he chooses to go left before he fights Phantom.
Okay, so that's 2 and 1 so far for Ozzy on Aga 2. Ooh, nice double there. And that's it.
He's really good at geometry because I can never get those angles. I'm like know, right? 1 at a time.
But now it's time for the big pig. So we're gonna have Master Sword Silvered Ganon on this one. Not the worst option, but not too. You know, it's there. It's bearable.
Azure switches games, decides, meh, goes back into Super Metroid. Ozzy's using a really nice trick here. He's bouncing himself off those Kana Samaria blocks to get double hits with the Master Sword.
Taking a lot of hits, though, and I don't think he has any potions aside from a green one, so he's got to be careful here.
Yeah, now that red mail that he got in the pyramid's coming back to help.
Yeah. In fact, I'm pretty sure everyone got red mail, which is going to be nice.
This is great execution. He's staying inside the fire ring and getting those double hits.
Now he's going to be using his cape to stay in that ring and get those hits in. He's got to be careful, though. He doesn't want to use too much of his magic. I mean, he's got that green potion, so it won't be too far off. But he doesn't want to use that potion too early, because he needs to make sure he gets Ganon into phase 3 before he runs out. But I think the bigger problem is his health. He's got to be very careful, but it looks like he's got onto phase 3. Now all he has to do is survive through phase 3, and then he can finish him off.
Yeah, one thing to note is there's a little bit of magic math left to be done. I don't know if he ever used the green potion.
No, he didn't. I saw it as menu.
Oh, okay, perfect. So he's fine on magic. I was going to say, if he only had Fire Rod here, it might be a tricky spot.
No, he's got enough magic. And if he goes for Torch Glitch, he'll be good. And he does! Torch Glitch! So this is pretty much in the bag for Aussie as far as Ganon's concerned. He might be our #1 runner right now overall. We have not seen anyone else done yet, so he could very well be in the lead overall, much less on the restream.
Yeah, the combination of things that, say, Maniacal or Ancient Gamer or any of those running off-stream would have had to do to follow in his footsteps is a lot to ask. Now we're looking at, with his loadout, probably coming in at like a 220 or 221, and that's a godly time on this randomizer.
Okay, but down goes Ganon. We've got our bacon. Get your single G's in chat. Some of you already have been. Nicely done. But yeah, we are halfway there. Also, oh, I didn't even notice this. The ship for his Robocop sprite looks pretty cool too. Not one for blue, but I like the way that.
Cross product has been. Oh, you know what? Ozzy has to do wreck ship. I was actually forgetting about that when I was doing my math. So that adds in a couple extra minutes. So he's probably still on pace for like that 224.
Yeah. I mean, still, sub 230, if he pulls that off, it's still going to be pretty amazing. Again, I'm used to seeing at least like 330 runs, which we might still see from like Azure, but my lord.
Yeah, I think at least one of our streamers might take us to max time here on the broadcast. We do close out shop at 4 hours. Because you can full clear Super Metroid and not find Go mode.
Yeah, which is what Azure's starting to do now, is because Aussie skipped Green Brinstar entirely, and that actually paid off for him because there's nothing there that's of value. So that worked out really well for him.
Azure could still get an okay time. Maybe like, between 3 hours and 3.5 hours, but Hataka and Cross Product, like, Crossfire doesn't even have Morph yet, and Hataka is just doing the same thing, full clearing Super Metroid for nothing.
So Aussie now taking on the last of his Super Metroid bosses in Van Zoom, while Hitaka's taking on Bathwoon. To answer your question, chat, we did find Lamp. Lamp was being guarded by Crocomire. And a nice fight there for Aussie. Did not get the angry mode. Now, chat's asking if we're going to see stand-up glitch. One, I don't think Aussie's got enough health. Two, I think you need to have Plasma Beam to really take advantage of that.
Yeah, you don't save much time at all if you don't have Plasma Beam. So he'll just be augmenting his 45 super missiles with a couple extra charge shots, heading down to 300 energy. And also he doesn't have enough E-tanks to begin with. Astra's going to beat Super Metroid first because he's here. So we actually get to see Astra do Torian before Ozzy.
Wow, this is interesting.
A few saving graces here for Astra's run. So he can't do Turtle Rock without Kane, and he knows that it can't be on pedestal, so we won't see him finish Skull Woods. So there's still a chance he gets his boots to Kane before an unreasonable hour.
Oh, keep your eyes on Hataka. He's going for the grapple strats. If you blow up one of those turrets and then have Dragon grab you, you can and have him fly you close to one of those turrets. You can use the grapple beam to shock him, get some fried shrimp there, or roasted in this case, I guess. It looks like Azure's not going to go for the baby skip.
Yeah, Azure doesn't have high jump, which is a key component of getting that.
Means we probably won't see that from Aussie either, because neither of them have high jump. I don't think we ever found high jump in this run.
Yeah, it's probably locked away in one of those, in like Turtle Rock, actually, is one of the few places we haven't seen checked. Either that or right side GT.
Is Azure just gonna gun? I was gonna say, he's just gonna gun it with one health? Are you nuts?
Now, if he had more super missiles, you can actually do a crystal flash to get your health back right before the fight with Mother Brain starts.
Both of our owners remember to face right, because that saves you a couple extra frames on stand up. Oh, and Crossbotic's grabbing the big bomb. He's heading to Pyramid Fairy.
That's astounding. We can do Pyramid Fairy pre-Morph Ball in this seed.
Also, we just got a Zep skip there from Azure. Saved him a bit of time.
Fun fact, I just learned the Zep skip for the first time today.
Oh, really?
Slow guy is slow in chat. Asger is not go mode for Link to the Past. He needs Kana Samaria, which we know to be behind the boots from Misery Mire itself.
Probably one of the bigger trolls we've seen in the seed like this. But now it's time to head on over to McBrainies. And we also found Shovel and an E-Tank in the Pyramid Ferry. But yes, time for McBrainies. Get your orders in, folks. Most of Mother Brain's attacks are food-based. We have tater tots, we have French fries, we have onion rings, and then later on we have ketchup beans, and for dessert, a nice rainbow sherbet bean. And how appropriate that we got the rainbow beam this month. I believe it's still Pride Month right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Did Crossproduct get the shovel from the pyramid?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Oh my god. So what's more exciting, watching Shacktool dig or watching two simultaneous Mother Brain fights?
How about all three at the same time?
Ooh, Crossproduct is doing what I predicted. He's making that fire rodless trip to Turtle Rock.
All right, let's see what Shacktool had. Just a big 20. And there's our Pride Beam.
Man, Ozzy's just one beam behind here. Otherwise, these would have been in sync.
This would have been crazy. Also, yeah, we've confirmed Warp Ball is Cross Products Go Mode item.
It'll be his Master Sword that he gets off of Crate, but that's in route, so it's pretty much the same thing.
Pretty much.
Weatherbound, you do not need Fire Rod and GT if you don't need to do right side, and climbing up the gauntlet, you can just use Lamp.
And we already confirmed that the big key is on the left side, so no, Fire Rod will not be required for this seed.
All right, come on, Hataka. After Plasma, do the Forgotten Highway for the memes. Do it for the crowd.
And say goodbye to the baby. Following Sheepshed, get your Isaacs in chat.
Cross Product is throwing out the bombos on this little thing in Turtle Rock.
My lord. All right, now remember, Azure has defeated Mother Brain, but that's a single G for him because he has not defeated Ganon. So this is not the end of his run. But for Aussie, keep an eye on him. He is going to be on this 3-minute warning.
So Cross Product's been giving us some live updates in IRC. He doesn't know where to go. He might remember Pod, hopefully, but he thinks he's out of checks.
Yeah. I don't know why he hasn't checked Pod. He's got all the items he needs. He got the lamp, he's got the hammer, he's got the bow.
I mean, I think he went there and got his sword, but he hasn't been back since because he doesn't remember that there's an item on the boss.
Yeah, but I think he's finally starting to realize it.
Oh, did Ashdar miss the Shine Spark out? Looks like he did.
Yeah, he did. He hit he hit one of the platforms on the way up. Let's see if Aussie has better luck. He does. That's going to save him a little time. Don't think he's going to save the animals, but I've been proven wrong before. Nope, he is not going to save the animals on this one. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, Aussie 101 has taken first place with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 25 minutes, and 56 seconds.
GG, just an absolutely phenomenal run on one of the trolliest seeds that I've ever seen.
What an amazing run. Aussie proving why he is the world record holder with an amazing run. And we can also now confirm that Ancient Gamer has forfeited from the race.
After a little bit of setup, we'll be getting Aussie in here for an interview. Oh, Asher did Ridley earlier, but forgot his Quake on the way back out. Yep, so he had to come all the way back down here.
Ouch, that's gotta hurt.
Go back and resume Link to the Past.
Yeah, he needs that Quake.
Hataka continues the SM clear while Cross Product is just moments away from Morph Ball. I gotta say, it's gonna be what, a 228 something is gonna be the latest Morph Ball I've ever seen and probably will ever see on a restream for this game. You know, new players, sure. This is a race.
And we've got Aussie 101 joining us here in the channel. Aussie, congratulations on your victory.
Hey, thanks.
GG, Aussie.
Yeah, that was quite a seed and quite a route through it.
Yeah, you took a lot of big gambles there, especially the Misery Mire play at the end to get the boots, only to find Kane was boots locked. How did you feel when you had that kind of play?
I don't know. So first I saw the Godmire with the big key in front. You know, felt a little bad about that. Found boots and figured that made up for the play itself. And finding Kane was a bonus. And then I went to look for Ice Rod because I thought Turtle Rock was crystal. But
that's what you were doing. Okay.
Oh,
I did a bit
yeah.
extra.
We couldn't figure out why you were routing Hera before GT.
Still, yeah, between that and a lot of the other plays you made, you were, again, like I said, you were doing a lot of plays that no other runner even considered, and they kept paying off for you. It was crazy just watching you go. Let's put it this way. Cross Product just now at 228 got his Morph Ball.
That was Helmasaur.
Yeah.
Where was Lamp, by the way? Is that
Crocomire?
Oh,
Crocomire.
Cross is going to GT. I guess he can do GT with a fighter sword, and then if he doesn't get a sword upgrade in it, he will get his Master Sword somewhere in Super Metroid for Ganon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't find any of the sword upgrades either. That was weird.
Yeah, so Pendant Thieves was the play. I already decided I wanted to do it before I got there because I cleared all of Light World first. And all I really had was Hype Cave. But then it gives you the 3 dungeon items in the front. So there's something in the big chest, guaranteed. So that turns
Which
you
we'll
away
never
from...
know because we never saw it.
So
Yeah,
I
you
could
made
see that putting people off.
you made plays, and again, the seed offered them up. You made so many plays well in advance of other runners. Things that were just in bad locations, on bosses, on pendant dungeons. In the case of the screw attack pedestal, that's just an uncommon location. It's something you don't think about, even when playing hard logic. But you were first to Moon Pearl, Hammer, Morph Ball, by virtue of having sequence broken the bow, which not everyone did. And then subsequently the whole rest of the seed. The boots play, that was just like, we were so impressed.
Yep, many plays. So the Meyer play before Moon Pearl, I had some time during Eastern to think about that, think about what I wanted to do. Because I got mitts and flute together, pretty much. Finding the bow was like something that I could have easily missed, because I didn't really want to do a Dark Cross with just a boomerang.
But at least you had that boomerang.
Yeah. And honestly, that probably was what gave you the win over Azure, because Azure took forever to get the bow. He waited till he got the lamp before he even went into Dark Cross, whereas I think everybody else had the bow by that point.
But Azure also didn't do Thieves Town quickly. He was pretty late to that, went into Swamp without the hammer, and so forth.
Yeah, there was a lot of like low percent Link to the Past in the seed that happened. We got to see the Canaberna blind kill.
That was a treat. We were really impressed by just some of the stuff like, Fighter Sword Hammer for Argus and Cold Stare, for example.
Yeah, my Argus was pretty bad, but my Cold Stare went amazing. It's hitting multiple buffs multiple times.
Yeah, considering you only had, I think you still only had Fighter Sword at that point. That is really impressive.
Yeah, I used Hammer for all of it.
Your Ganon fight as well with the King of Samaria blocks, that was really well executed.
No, I did a poor job with the Samaria blocks.
I mean, even just the idea to use them, right? Like, that takes practice. Yeah, so as far as the hard logic, if you were keeping it in your head this seed, we know that the Moon Pearl was a hard logic trick. Was there anything else you saw along the way?
I forget where Varia was. Wasn't that Argus?
It was on Argus.
Argus.
So I guess you'd have that for Croc. That'd be a green gate glitch.
Yeah, reverse gate glitch to Croc. What was the other one?
We had bombs in both suits pretty early for Super Metroid. And speed, so that's pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So I guess my plan after Morph was to try to avoid the places opened by or that you didn't need Morph to get to. So that'd be the speed and screw attack accessible locations.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they'd be earlier in the logic.
Yeah,
so that's
really
why I
good
put
point.
off Brinstar for so long.
That, and it's just, if you can manage to cut out that whole loop of checks, you just save yourself that much time. And I was hypothesizing, while you weren't on world record pace once it got to a certain point, that you were making the decisions you were, because if you got them, that's how you get a world record finish on a seed, like by just skipping all that stuff in Metroid.
It is, yeah. I think you try to do your progression first. So that's why I find going to Ridley is like always a good play when you're looking for items. And then that leads into Upper NorFair, which is very high density. And then Meridia is kind of slow, but there's also no good way to access it, so it's fine. And then I just wanted to clean up my Link to the Past. do some fetch quests.
Was just going to say, while we were away, Azure, having exhausted most of the rest of the checks in both games, is in Mire now with a cane, having been here to get the boots previously, so we actually will see a pretty strong finish still from Azure.
How late did he get the bow?
He nearly full cleared everything else before getting that bow post lantern, which the lantern was in the croc area, and then taking it to pod. Like, he saw Quake all the way deep into a morphless lower NorFair trip.
It's like we were saying, this seed was absolutely insane. Like, the fact that you cleared it so fast is a miracle, because I think if this was anybody else, they would have taken forever, as we've been seeing with the other runners, still struggling in that some cases to get through all.
It's accurate to call it a miracle.
Yeah. I think we're going to see hundos from Cross Product and Hitaka. Someone in chat said Rip Cross, and I did notice that he was back at the beginning of Ganon's Tower, so I don't know if he took a death or what. I was
No, what had happened was he was in Tile Room and a Wallmaster got him.
Oh, okay. Are we going to see the early SM clear from Hitaka? No. Okay.
It's interesting that we didn't need Fire Rod this seed.
I know, right? Yeah, Turtle Rock and Skull Woods were both pendant, so no Fire Rod, and it was left side GT Big Key.
Fun fact, though, you and Ashter were pretty close to in sync on your Mother Brain kills and escape. He was just a few seconds ahead, but obviously that's just because he chose to finish that game first.
And Azur's now taking care of Misery Mire. All he's got left is Eastern and Hera, and then he's off to Ganon.
Oh yeah, Ashter left Pod Eastern area despite having Mirror and Bow earlier. That was a little bit of a head scratcher.
Yeah, that's. I noticed that you didn't have Eastern done, so that's why I asked. Even though he clearly had Morph and had been through Pod and had the bow much sooner.
But using those hook dashes to get up here right quick. So I guess with the other runners full clearing, unless high jump is locked away right side GT or Turtle Rock, we might see that high jump pop up. Same with the Ice Rod, we don't know where that one is.
A lot of items we missed out
yeah,
on.
Swords 3 and 4.
Yeah, where were the two swords?
Oh, we don't know.
Yeah, we've only ever seen the two that you found.
But where were the two that I found?
Oh, they were in Pod and Kraid.
That's right. Yeah, I was looking for a sword when I went into Pod so that I could do Ice Palace. I had the Bombos and everything else, but didn't have a way to use it.
Yeah, if the Morph Ball hadn't turned up there at the at the boss in Pod, we were thinking, oh, Ice Palace could totally have progression because of that Bombos opening it up, but Morph Ball, said other things.
Yep. And that gave me the Spring Ball, so I felt a little better about doing Lore NorFair. But I ended up getting the worst room in the game jump anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right, the double pixel frame perfect, whatever it is. We were congratulatory of that as well. And also your sprites. People were big fans of the RoboCop.
It's called Federation Soldier.
Oh, is that what it looked like? RoboCop.
What is it? a generic like Federation, or is it a specific sci-fi or video game franchise that's from?
It should be a Metroid soldier.
Oh,
Huh.
like Metroid Prime 3 type soldiers?
Yeah.
Ah, I gotcha.
Oh, it legit looked like when we were watching it, it legit looked like RoboCop. I'm not even kidding. So it was nice to see some custom sprites, and of course, your Secret Amanda sprite there for Link to the Past. Really, you were the only one who did custom sprites too. Everyone else was doing them just standard.
Yeah. It's great having custom sprites now. Let us shout out a name. Artheo. Artheo? He's the one who did pretty much all of the custom sprite work and made a tool to help other people build sprites that we can put into the game. There wasn't really any way to do custom Super Metroid sprites before.
We got Aghanim 2 down on Cross Product's side, but is going to have to go hunt down a sword because he can't do anything to the big pig.
Nope, he's only got Fighter Sword. You need at least Master.
Time to play the other half of the video game, Cross Product. But yeah, the custom sprites are cool. Just because I've done all my practice on like where my shadow and sword and head and stuff are for all the lining up jumps and stuff, I don't want to change my sprite yet. Maybe someday when I've got a little better feel for those things.
Yeah, I had to like relearn all of my setups in Link to the Past to use random sprites, pretty much. On the Super Metroid side, it's all done by feel.
Yeah, that makes sense. You ran the pointer in, or I guess the mouse click pointer in Super Metroid yesterday, and I saw you with that cursor earlier this week, like the hitbox cursor. Do you have any other spicy ones you've been playing with?
Those are it, really.
As you're heading into GT. No, never mind. That's the other tower. He mirrored. I got baited.
That's right.
Debated.
There's a Mega Man sprite.
Oh yeah. Okay, I think just for cool factor, I would try a Mega Man sprite in Super Metroid. That'd be a fun one to run with.
Yeah, those are all packaged in with the tool that Arthur made.
Epi, he did. Our tracker has gone to sleep, so we're not going to be getting too many more updates on that side, but everyone in chat knows where all the items are, and we know what Hataka and Cross are missing, so I think we're going to be good on tracking the rest of the way. Did you have anything else you'd like to share with us on the interview, Ozzy?
I think I said everything I wanted to.
Cool. Well, great game, very well played, Seed. It's nice having you on, and hope to race with you again soon.
Yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed this exciting race we had.
Oh, we definitely had a fun with this one, man. And again, GG to you. Congratulations. Very well fought victory. So for now, we got Azure heading up to take on Trolldorm.
Cross-product dispatches of everyone's favorite fish. Yeah, I haven't looked at any of the off-stream runners yet. I am very curious as to how they've been doing, the ones who haven't forfeited, because there's just so many different ways you could play out a seed like this, as we've seen. I would have to assume Maniacal is in Go mode, and I think Nidourific is playing in it as well, so probably, I don't know, Nidourific could be in the same spot as Hataka, or he could also be in Go mode. But that the boots, I think the boots are going to be what keep everyone from getting, those nicer looking times. Hataka's headed back to wreck ship. Did he leave something behind?
Might have.
Oh, he must have not done the back item. Okay, so off-stream report, Maniacal is in Go mode on the way to Ganon's Tower. Nidourific is like Hataka, still searching for that cane.
Yeah, I pulled him up on my end as well.
If Cross Product does Kraid here pretty soon, like on his way out from the sand pits, he will be in Go mode. With Ganon's Tower already cleared, so that would be a pretty good thing for him. That, funnily enough, the way he got funneled towards Meyer by not having Morph Ball is going to come back to benefit him. Asher having a little trouble in the Stalfos room. I don't blame him. That one is... Sometimes it just goes south. Oh, I see. Hataka go-moded wreck ship, just did the bottom and left the top hoping you wouldn't have to do it. And he doesn't, but he doesn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, we have reports of a wild third sword. We'll have to talk in the IRC or the race spoilers later to figure out where Nidourific got that one.
Yeah, I see that. But in the meantime, Azure is now heading up Ganon's Tower, running through the gauntlet.
The colors threw me off there. I was like, Cross Product got a 10. Never mind. It's a Master Sword.
I've fallen for that so many times where I see a red sword and I'm like, oh, it's Tempered. No, it's Master. Never mind.
Captain MD13, yes, the link to the past credits will be seen on Azure's screen, and it depends on what order Cross Product and Hataka do things in, but definitely for Azure. Man, Asher is still going to sub 3 this ridiculous seed after how late his progression came. That's impressive. That's
it just shows this goes to show the quality of these runners. These guys are the pros. Like some of these guys we've been seeing, all 4 of these guys are some of the best of the best. Like Cross Product, I know he does some amazing stuff in Link to the Past, and he's certainly no slouch in Super Metroid. And all of the other guys, I've seen them during like tournaments and stuff for this game, and it's just insane the kind of tricks they pull off. So, that's what you get when you get hard mode. You start to see the top players come out and just show what they can really do on a day like this. And this gives you a taste of what we're going to be seeing on Saturday. For those, remember, folks, Summer Games Done Quick is going on right now. And on Saturday, the second to last game of the marathon will be the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer, a co-op run by Andy and Ivan. And if this gives you an idea of what you could expect from that come Saturday, you do not want to miss that. That is going to be nuts.
Yeah, I'm hoping that run gets a lot of interest and people show up asking about it on the streams for next Sunday and Monday's races.
I would honestly love to be at SGDQ right now to be able. I would love more than anything to be on the couch for that race. I will say that I am making plans to go to AGDQ next year because it's going to be my home state. So we're making plans, and hopefully, at the very least, I can be there for one of those kind of runs.
Yes. So Hataka looks to be going for a Super Metroid finish here. So we're going to have another person with backwards credits. I mean, not literally backwards, but backwards from how we usually see them done.
Right. Also, shout out to Falcon Can in the chat, who's going to be commentating this in French. We do have multilingual restream channels for all those who'd like to watch these races and don't really consider English your first language. We appreciate our worldwide audience here, folks. So make sure if you prefer to have this in your own language, check those channels out as well.
If only we could say all of that in French so the people in chat could understand.
That would be nice. That would be very nice. But I don't speak French. If I had my buddy Matty on, he's French Canadian. He could do it. Oh, and Hitaka's in Turian. He's going to finish Super Metroid first.
While Asger's on the penultimate boss here, Agatu. Oh, that was a nice double. They kind of both just crossed diagonally around the whole arena and hit Aga on either side. Those are a pretty good shot.
Yeah. Not sure if that counted as an actual double, though, because I believe that they hit the exact same time and only counts as a single.
Ooh, Hitaka got all three of those Metroids there together. I like when you line them up and just take them out with one super.
Oh, that's so awesome! Like that's one of those things you would find on like an oddly satisfying compilation right there.
Weatherbound. The question is whether it's faster to complete SM or A Link to the Past first. It honestly just depends on your route and what you need in both games. You're factoring in how many game transitions you're doing, whether you want to find more items for Super Metroid, doing Ganon's Tower and thus finishing Link to the Past first, but also the fact that if you clear Super Metroid first and you still have Link to the Past to do, you don't have to do the full escape sequence and you can continue to route your game, go through the portal, and so on. So there are benefits to either side.
Yeah, that's like the kind of the beauty of this randomizers is there is no like guaranteed perfect route, because with it being randomized, one route like it might be efficient to go one way or the other. So that's the fun of it, is there is no one way to beat this game. So it's just the chaos of it, I think, is what I love about this. I legit prefer randomizers over a standard speedrun, though I won't lie. Again, one of the reasons I love GDQ and I love speedruns in general is like just some of the crazy stuff these runners can do. But I think the unpredictability and the adaptability of a randomizer just makes it that much more fun to watch, since you never know what's going to happen. And yeah, for you Metroid fans, right now at SGDQ, they're running Metroid Prime. So if you guys are a Metroid fan, go check that out after we're done here. You definitely don't want to miss that. But it looks like we're just about done. There's one more hit, I think, left to go for Azure. Let's see, and nope, still got one more. Missed. There's Bacon.
And that's a GG for Azure, coming in second place.
Indeed. Let me get. Well, once he gets to the door, we'll give him his official SRL time. Second place, both on our stream here, and he finishes with a time of 2 hours, 55 minutes, and 32 seconds.
Oh, and now we get to hear the Link to the Past credits music. Yay!
Yay!
Though we might end up switching the audio here pretty soon, possibly to Hataka, who... Well, it's actually hard to say between Hataka and Cross Product, but Cross Product actually has most of the items, so he might finish the game first. Indeed, we've got Cross Product's audio on now.
All right, we got Asher joining us here in the channel. GG.
GG, Asher. If you're speaking, we can't hear you just yet.
Yeah, let's give him a second, folks. Though as you're already in the chat, kill me. Can't say I blame him. All right, let's try that again, Ajder. How you doing?
I'm glad that's over.
You got second place.
Yeah, definitely not all bad.
Is that not one of the most convoluted logical sequences you've ever seen in Combo Rando?
Yeah, and we didn't have to follow it, and I still did.
Yeah, it was mostly sequence breakable. And hilariously, it allowed for a route like the one Cross Product took, where he had Kane and Boots before he had Morph Ball.
Well, so I guess Morph Ball Go mode is probably possible?
Almost. There's multiple swords tucked away behind it, we think. Unless you do right side GT, maybe?
Oh, that's right.
But he would no, because the fire rod is in Meridia, and you need that to do right side GT.
You don't need it.
We also didn't see anyone go past the key on left side, so like we didn't see anyone go all the way to Ice Armos. So yeah, there was totally a chance for Morph Ball Go mode, simultaneous with your last crystal.
So I...
Oh, Epi is pointing out in chat, Cross actually did go all the way to Ice Armos, must have been looking for a sword.
Didn't have much luck there, so that means it's probably... Oh, there's a Master Sword on pedestal!
Ha!
That's
There's
really
a sword
funny.
on pedestal! Oh! Because I'm pretty sure they've already changed it so that it does tell you what item's on the pedestal. But yeah, it's saying sword on pedestal.
That's hilarious. That just caps the seed.
Yes.
So how did you guys like that triple dip floor in NorFair?
I was expecting you to reset that Quake as you did, but yeah, it was interesting that Cross Product chose to dig it out with them and do the reverse amphitheater.
Yeah, I figured like it wouldn't be useful to me at all right away, so like before Morph, almost certainly, so I decided to reset it. The problem with that is that I remembered, like, I was like, okay, I've already checked these locations when I went to kill Ridley, so I don't need to go to them again. And once I was out and on my way to Turian, I was like, oh, I forgot Quake. That's bad.
Yeah, we saw that.
All right, so of all the how the items were distributed here, because there were a lot of trolley locations, like which was the worst? There's an argument for so many.
I don't even know if I remember all of them.
So for starters, hammer on pendant blind.
Okay, that was the worst. I think that was the worst.
Yeah, because you completely skipped that and you didn't realize, oh, I have to go do that now.
Well, like, it was a pendant, and also I got map and compass and key right off the bat, so it was guaranteed there was an item in big chest, and I didn't feel like isolating it, and, like, it's not really that often that Thieves Town has the hammer, especially on blind.
Yeah, totally. So, I mean, logically, that all made sense. It just, between that and then Meyer essentially having the cane in it, leading other players like Hitaka to full clear the rest of the game, is just, that's a troll. Though he's going in now, so Hitaka's going to be boots away from go mode pretty soon.
Boots away?
Or sorry, boots check. He's going to get his boots and then need to follow his boots checks.
That's right. So I did the Meyer dip, and I wasn't feeling too good about it because, like, 2:25 finish time, but I was thinking that maybe it was like Thieves Town Big Chest, because everyone was forced to isolate that, right? And I felt bad about how I was doing in the race, so I decided to skip it. But I feel like a lot of people would have gone back in, so I was thinking, oh, maybe Samaria was there and I could have had it for a long, long time.
Yeah, totally good reasoning.
But yeah, so I was gonna go there next probably if Meyer didn't pay out, and I got the boost, and I was just like, well, I already skipped these, but okay.
By the way, quick off-stream report here. Right now, Maniacal is on Mother Brain. He's already defeated Ganon, so he's about done. And looks like Nitorific is at Ganon's tower. I don't know. I don't think he's defeated Mother Brain yet, but he's probably on his way.
Also, our tracking has been offline for a bit, so I don't know if Cross Product has done Kraid and thus gotten his... Oh, no, he did. We actually commented on it because it looked red and we were talking about it. So Cross Product is in go mode and is going to be able to finish out here. He already beat Ganon, right?
Yeah.
Cross Product yeah, so it's Fantoon into Torian for Cross Product, so he should be our third.
Oh, no, he couldn't have beat... Oh, yeah. That's possible.
Yeah.
Sorry. Forgot trackers off.
Okay, sorry, just trying to catch up between doing the interviews and where everyone's at without a tracker and with all these disparate routes that people are taking. Azure, what other thoughts did you want to share with us? Because I'm sure you have many, if you haven't already fried your brain yet.
When Morph turned up, that was really, like, my heart sank. And it's not because it was late, but it's because of where it was directly behind the bow, which I didn't do Dark Cross early on because I didn't have a sword. I didn't really have good stuff to deal with the dark, and I barely had any items, so it was like, well, probably should stay in Logic and find my Moon Pearl or Morph or whatever.
Yeah, no sword, nothing really good. I think Ozzy used a blue boomerang, and he was still hesitant about doing it.
Oh, it paid off hugely. I feel like Dark Cross burns me a lot. Like, pretty much any time I isolate it, because I don't want to isolate it, but if I go back of escape with glove and get the key, and I'm like, okay, that puts the basement in Logic, and then I go do that from the front, and then it's like, okay, well, I don't have the lamp, I don't have anything good to do dark rooms with. The only thing that'll make me go back really is the lamp, and usually by the time I get it, there's like so much other stuff to do. And then like Crockmeyer's area had lamp and space jump, and space jump baited me really, really hard.
Yeah, that space jump was like, it was nice to have just as a general movement item, but then of course you're thinking about the logical implications of it.
I was also thinking, like, I have to catch up. Other people probably went to Bubble Mountain looking for Morph, so I'm going to make this play to skip that and go to Croc, or not Croc, Lower NorFair. And I was thinking a little bit, I was like, well, I probably should have done that lamp check before, but I wasn't thinking about it at the time. So I did it right after Ellen, and I was like, oh my god.
So on stream here, because of the order Ozzy did the dungeons in, we did see the Varia drop from Argus before we saw the Morph Ball. So as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, we have Varia and we have Lower NorFair, so are we going to get like a Morph Ball in Croc area? And I wasn't wrong. It just was deeper behind that exact sequence.
Yeah, like when something's behind, like if I had got Morph Ball and it was behind, I guess something else Croc might have had, then I would have felt good about following the logic that deep. But then it was Lamp that was the thing, so that sucked.
Yeah, just about everybody made a play to the Meyer area, but Hitaka and Cross Product early on did not dip in to Super Metroid, either because they didn't think to go to that area at all, or because they didn't think about that location being in logic or accessible. So we had a lot of isolation in the early game, just even for the Moon Pearl, which was not hard to get. You just had to think about it.
Yeah, I probably should have gone to Moon Pearl a little bit earlier. I think if I was thinking fully, it would have been the first thing I did as a screw attack.
That's just a single bomb. Hitaka doesn't even wait for the bomb to explode. He just puts a single bomb on the chest of the Canis Samario. And that is go mode for Hitaka. You were saying?
Oh yeah, I just think the checking screw attack should have been like the first thing I did with screw attack instead of going to Brinstar. I thought of it a bit too late, but that's all really. Like that Moon Pearl spot wasn't too bad if you kept in mind that it was hard logic.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Seeds recently, and I haven't had a lot of like early Mitz Flute. That combination always tells me to go down there. So then I'm not sure if I would have been immediately thinking about it either. Because then you got to consider mirror. Like, are you finding something in desert, checkerboard cave?
I mean, I checked all of those already, but it's such like a specific combination of items. It's mirror and sorry, not mirror in this case, but it's flute and Titan's Mitt and screw attack. Oh, actually, mirror led to screw attack anyways. So.
Yeah. And do you need one energy tank, or is it 0 energy tanks in logic?
I have no idea, honestly.
I think it might be 1, and there was conveniently 1 right there in checkerboard cave, though there were a few scattered across the map elsewhere. We got a 3rd place finish off stream from Maniacal, coming in with 3 hours, 7 minutes, 53 seconds. GG, and still a good time for what we've all seen before us.
Yeah, all things considered, that's a pretty impressive time indeed.
Cross Product is in Torian, having already completed Link to the Past, so should be just about 5 minutes away, 4 or 5 minutes. Hitaka will get his crystal from Misery Mire here, and having already... No, wait. Did Hitaka do Mother Brain yet?
Not that I know of, no.
No, okay, he went... Yeah. He went to Wreck Ship and then resumed playing Link to the Past.
Can also report off stream that looks like Neatorific's almost done. They just finished up Ganon, and they're heading off to Mother Brain as we speak.
Oh, you know what else I really hated? Fire Rod in the sand pit was really bad.
Oh, yeah. When we saw Ozzy see that, we were like, he doesn't need to get the lamp. He's got a fire source. He isolated Croc and did not get punished at all.
Oh, so he didn't get lamp at all. That's... Wow, okay. Well, so I saw that fire rod, and it really sucked that it was in the sand pit, because it's like, well, technically it can open checks, but I don't need it, and it just completely screwed up my route.
Yeah, it makes you leave through the sand pits instead of something cleaner after Dragon, and of course, there's the potential to bait all the way into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, and then it didn't even help me. And then, like, in the end, it was like, well, I'm happy that I have Samaria Go mode, because I'm not going to have to do Turtle Rock, but also that kind of would have helped me, like, make use of that fire rod, so was useless. It's like, it literally didn't do anything for me.
Yep. This is one of the few seeds I've seen with just like no tangible application for the fire rod.
Quick question, chat here. Whether I'm asking why did Cross lose health with that jump across the screen? If you're talking about the Shine Spark, when you Shine Spark, it drains your health as you use it. So. And then I think it takes a small chunk of health once you hit a wall with it or something like that, I believe is how it works.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so it's just as you're going across to the Shine Spark, it will drain your health as you go. Something I believe they did take out of later games, if I recall.
Yeah, Super Metroid.
Oh, go ahead.
Super Metroid's the only game where Shine Sparking damages you.
Well, they had to take it out for Fusion and Zero Mission because you use Shine Sparks a lot in those games, even more so compared to the...
For sure in the speed runs, like the 100% routes, but there's not a lot of like in-route Shine Sparking to progress from what I recall in those games. It's kind of a more an advanced trick, the way people like change Shine Sparks between rooms. Anyways, we're way off topic. We got the ketchup and onion rings and all that stuff happening on cross product screen.
Yeah, he's already on the final stage with the hyper beam. His Other Brain hits you with the Pride beam, and then you get one of your own to take out Mother Brain. So there.
All right, Hataka's in GT, so he'll have a pretty solid finish time. Certainly under our broadcast limit, which is what I was fearing earlier. Thankfully, the lack of needing to do Turtle Rock sped up the seed by a good amount.
Yeah, Turtle Rock and Ice Palace are the two longest dungeons by far. So if you can eliminate even one of those, you cut a lot of time down. And Maniacal now in the chat here. This seed was a masterpiece. Amen to that, bro.
I knew he would like it.
I know some of you guys love the trolley seeds, and this one certainly lived up.
I just wish it wasn't breakable. I would have been a lot happier.
Yeah, a couple more hard locks rather than soft.
All right, cross product just about done here.
High jumpless escape, my least favorite thing. Well, I guess speedless high jumpless is actually the worst.
All right, so as cross product enters the final area, heads into the ship, and he will finish with an official time of 3 hours, 15 minutes, and 7 seconds.
GG.
See if we can get across in here. And like I said before, when it comes to trolley seeds, it's always funny how whenever the seed outside of Ganon's Tower is extremely trolly, Ganon's Tower always tends to be very generous with the big key. I've seen that happen so many times.
We'll have a cross product here joining us fairly shortly.
And we've got Cross Product here joining us here in the call. GG, Cross.
Oh, can't hear you yet if you're speaking.
Hey, thanks.
Hey, so how'd you feel about the seed?
I liked it. It was frustrating at first, but then it gets to a point where it's irritating at first, and then when it continues to be irritating for so long, then it becomes humorous. And I feel like this seed made it to that point.
I could totally say that from what we've seen tonight.
Yeah, I saw some of those jokes in IRC about this seed feeling like a multi-world where just nobody's sending you items and you have nothing to do.
Yep. I mean, I could have gone back and gotten the Morph Ball pretty early on, but then I would have just checked a lot of Super Metroid stuff for no reason, so it's whatever. I am sad about going into Turtle Rock before checking Helmets for that. That was kind of...
It's everything anyone did in this seed is forgivable because it wasn't one, but two, but like 4 or 5 utterly troll locations for the items.
Yeah,
last locations repeatedly.
There was such a long trail of items that you could go through before picking up Morph too. It was like, oh, there's the Quake hit Fire Fleece. Okay, let me go into Mire. There's Boots. Let me go check King's Tomb. Oh, there's Red King. Let me go finish Mire. It's good. Morph's gonna be in Pyramid, guys. It's gonna be at Pyramid Fair.
It was a really good bet. I mean, you're still reading the logic correctly. It's just not how this seed rolled. But yeah.
I'm also not very proud of the part in the beginning where I walked around for 5 minutes before I remembered I could get to Checkerboard Cave and Desert Palace, and where the Moon Pearl was in Lower NorFair. But the worst part, okay, I felt bad about not thinking to go to Mire area, but the worst part was I actually did miss some of those locations I went back to double up on. Like, I did actually miss that first chest in Eastern Palace. I did actually miss the NPC in Mini Moldorm Cave.
Yeah, when you got the 300 rupees there, I was like, wow, I've actually never seen someone miss that before.
I have missed it before.
Anyway, we can confirm that Nitorific has taken 5th place with a time of 3:19:32.
GG to him. But yeah, the seed. So you actually got a weird edge, which Maniacal shared with you by not going for your Morph Ball, because with the Quake essentially baiting you towards the Red Cane, you had that way before. Didn't have to full clear SM like Hitaka. And SM just needed the one sword at Kraid to be go mode.
Yeah, I needed the one sword at Kraid for go mode as well.
Looks like actually Hitaka's got tempered swords, so he grabbed one of the other swords. I missed it. And that's it.
Nice.
Hitaka will finish this off, not just on the stream, but overall, the final run. So once he enters the room, he will take 6th place with official SRL time of 3 hours, 21 minutes, and 12 seconds.
All right. Good GG to everybody. I'm gonna probably call it. I wasn't expecting to be doing this too late, but whatever. Have a good
All
one.
good. See ya.
And there's Nitorific in the chat. Since we are at the end, Nitorific, I got a question to ask you. Where'd you find that other sword upgrade? Because most of our runners did not find the tempered sword. And Hitaka will indeed be joining us here shortly.
Yeah, I need to.
Oh, yeah,
go ahead.
Well, first we should say, welcome to Hitaka, who's joined us here in the call. GG there, Hitaka. Glad you're able to finish.
Hello.
Yeah, just free form. Tell us how you're feeling.
That was an interesting seed.
That would be an understatement. By the way, where did you find that last sword upgrade? Because you and Nitorific are the only two that actually got those.
I got one in Crane Missile and one was Alpha Missile, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, no one checked Alpha Missiles. I can't believe I didn't think about that.
Literally no one. That's funny. I guess Nitorific probably did.
Yeah, if you were in full clear SM mode, then you did. But fortunately, a couple people had the routing to not end up doing that.
So I'm guessing what happened is that some people did Morphless Lower NorFair first and got Quake, which led them to Mire, which got them Boots and Kane, and then they found Morph and just go moded Super.
That's what Cross Product and Maniacal did. Ozzy just kind of had the route. He wasn't really late to anything and had all the weird stuff like the Hammer on Blind and the early Morph Ball, as well as the Boots to Kane before full clearing SM. But Azure had a little bit of both.
And a little bit of neither, I think. Specifically the bow. The bow was really... I think... I would guess Ozzy's probably the only one that got bow early.
I did.
Yeah, Hataka had bow relatively.
Oh, right. Okay, that's why you full cleared SM.
Yeah, I think it was Azure. Yeah, Azure, you're the only one who didn't get bow early, as far as I know.
Really?
You're one of the...
I don't remember when Cross Product got it, to be honest. It might have been after he had his proper lamp.
No, I'm pretty sure he had it early.
I just straight up don't remember.
Hard to keep track of all this stuff, to be honest. There was so much chaos going on during this seed.
Also updated my race comment.
Oh, and Nitorific calling us out. How do we know that he got bow early? Well, that's a good question. How do we know?
Yeah, people are missing essential items all over the place, doing very narrow checks, leaving stuff behind and isolating it, double and triple dipping, you name it.
Yeah, like, if I had Hammer, I would have full cleared these down the first time through, but without Hammer, with all 4 items in the back, that guaranteed that there was an item in Big Chest, so I didn't want to do that immediately. And then after I got Lamp, I figured Morph was probably in a lamp spot. And so I did desert and then I did Hera. And then while I was like, because they were all crystal dungeons, all the lamp completable dungeons were crystal dungeons, so might as well just do them. And I was thinking about that Morphless Lower Norfair was also a possibility, and I only did Helma because he was a crystal. It was only one check, so that was really unlikely to be anything. But I just did it to get the crystal, and then I was gonna go do LN. But hey, guess where Morphball was?
Yeah.
And then SM was just completely barren almost, other than Lamp and Quake.
And Fire Rod Bait.
I didn't do that. I did not do Skullwoods. Did you?
No, I didn't, but I did reroute the Sandpit, and it literally didn't do anything for me.
Okay.
Yeah, that was probably the most lopsided towards Link to the Past seed I've seen of this, either ever or maybe since 6 months ago.
Yeah, I had 6 crystals with no SM bosses. And getting Morph Ball.
So this week I've seen Go Mode, Moon Pearl, and Go Mode, or near Go Mode Morph Ball. Essentially the two things that unlock the most of the remaining game for either of them.
This seed could have been, you could beat A Link to the Past without getting Morph Ball.
Wait.
Well, no, you'd have Morph Ball, but you could beat it without doing any Morph Ball checks.
Right, because you need a sword.
Oh yeah.
But it was close. Go Mode -1 Morph Ball is a thing that
you can have all
just
7
never
crystals and without Morph Ball for until you exit pod, I guess. But did anyone ever find the 4th sword?
I think the credit roll said it was on pedestal.
No, that's already been debunked. That's
Oh,
not
never
dynamic
mind.
text.
Probably
So
TR
no,
or something.
3 swords is all we've gotten.
TR or right side GT or something.
Cross product did right side GT.
Did anyone who got canned earlier get baited into TR?
Cross product did Fire Rodless Turtle Rock.
Wait, did it let him do it?
No, he didn't get very far. He got stopped at the chain chomp room, which gave him a big key.
That's fortunate, I guess.